goes, do you ever think about hurting anybody? I said, lady, I've been thinking about hurting you since I got in this office. She said, okay, hold on just a minute. And she got up and security.
I knew that was coming.
Security comes and sits with us for the rest of the evaluation. So they called me.
You do know, I mean, my sweet mother one time looked at me and said, Scotty, I know I tell you to be honest. Just remember, sometimes honesty's just too much.
Yeah.
Sometimes hold back a little.
Well, they ended up calling me. Drop down menu, because every time I spoke, you could see her on the computer going. So do you ever think about hurting yourself? Drop down menu. So hey, what are you gonna do?
Not that.
Yeah.
Ever again.
I tell you what.
So what you need to do is the next time they ask you questions, you should pull out your own pad and paper and say, so how would you like these answers?
Man, I'm telling you.
Tell me what you want me to tell you.
You can't goof off with these people. They have no sense of humor whatsoever.
So listen, we've got one listener saying, everything I'm running behind this morning. So she's a Toastmaster. Interesting. Find out what a Toastmaster is by definition.
There you go.
And what's the one thing she tells everybody pretty much when it comes to fear of speaking or speaking in public?
Think about them in their underwear.
But you would get a boner, dude.
I would be scary. I can assure you that. I would be extremely scary. No, please, AJ.
What is a Toastmaster?
Yeah, here, lean in a little bit. Get on there a little better.
All right. So Toastmaster, we help each other. We're all just in there. It's a club atmosphere. And we talk, we give speeches, we give evaluations. We have a person that's an awe counter who counts your crutch words if you're not aware of that could be distracting during your speech.
Kind of like the
man, I'm trying to break the habit of I hate it. I'm having a harder time with than I am the F bomb.
Last week I was going like this every time he went I was going,
I need to get a clicker. I hate it. It's just it's horrible for radio.
Yeah, we can't cuss on radio.
Yeah. Okay, so go ahead.
Yes. So Toastmasters would work for you.
Really? And where is this at? Where would I find you?
There are clubs all over.
Okay.
It's international. It's all over the world, but we have about 350 clubs right here in Georgia.
Wow.
So you go to toastmasters.org and
cool.
Find a location.
I'll put it on the website or the Facebook.
Now, how did this? Because I'm thinking of this and I'm going, how, why, where did it come from? How did this originate? What exactly is a definition of it?
Okay. Well, Toastmasters originated in 1924 by Ralph Smedley in California. It started off as just a little club in his basement and just progressed from there.
That's kind of spooky.
Things that
it's not like the one you have, Mike. It's a different club.
It's kind of like,
It doesn't involve duct tape or tie wraps or the date rape drug.
How about
so it's not your kind of club?
How about gummy bears and an ice cream scoop?
Yeah.
Okay.
How did you come about this? Because I'm hearing this and I'm thinking, wow, when did you? Let me try to word it this way. What was something that struck you about it that made you say, man, I need this? Because that's kind of like I'm hearing this going, what, is this something I need to look at?
I think it's something everybody needs to look at because communication effectively, it's really, you need it.
Oh, yeah.
Kids today do not know how to communicate.
Right.
No.
They're just, it's worthless. I say they should all die.
Well, it came about to me. I was at church and I was a small groups leader and I was scared to death to speak in front of these people that I was supposed to lead. And one of my friends that was in my small group, she says, you could use Toastmasters. And at the time we weren't allowed to drink in church. And I said, oh, no, I don't drink.
I could use some Mad Dog wine right now. Brown bag it.
She says, no, Toastmasters is not a drinking club. It'll help. She explained the concept.
I've been like, I'm in AA.
You drink under a different name. My name is Bob.
Yeah.
Poor AJ. She's like, crap. I drove an hour to be doing
But no, because like me, I'm ordained, so I marry people. I can get in front of 5,000 people. I mean, I do this thing up in Houston. With the 5,000 plus people were there one year, and I can get up there on a microphone and be a jackass, have no problem. I can talk, no problem. I can bust jokes, no problem. You put me in front of somebody trying to marry him, it could be 3 people standing there, it could be 15 people standing there, and I freak because to me, I now have to be serious. Like, I really need to be serious at this point because in my brain, it's like, I just freeze because I'm like, I don't want to mess up. I don't want to mess up. And then with me being dyslexic, I have to type things out similar to how a play would be. So if you think of the way you speak it, I have to type it that way. So literally it'd be like, dearly beloved, we're gathered here today. And as you would normally go to say your next words, that's where I would do a skip, a big space, and then type it again so that I would have it typed exactly how I would say it. And then with my eyes and the dyslexia, I've just figured out that works for me. But my problem is when I feel stressed to not be that goofball, I really become a goofball because I freeze. Whereas, like I said, I can get in front of anybody and be a jackass, and it's hilarious. I have no issues with that. Well, you want me to be serious?
His mother's so proud.
Oh yeah. Well, it's funny because I can look at my mom now, and I do this as a joke, and it just pisses her off. I look at her and go, "You remember all them times you kept saying, 'Quit acting like that. You're never gonna make it.'" I get paid to be that guy now, Mom. So really, she don't get mad. She just hangs up. There's a difference. She doesn't even entertain the getting mad part. She just click.
That's what happens when you get older.
Yeah. So back to you. So this is just something that you stumbled across because somebody mentioned it to you. I'm really curious about this.
It is fascinating, and I think it's been 3 years now since I've been in the organization, and the way I've evolved, where I stood up and gave my first speech, and I had a death grip on the lectern. I was shaking. I thought I was going to pass out, and I read my entire speech to everybody, barely looking up.
Right. Yeah.
To where last Monday I stood in front of about 30 people comfortably and gave an entire speech without notes or anything. Just stood and made eye contact and had my presence. And it was, my husband said he didn't recognize who I was.
That's cool. See, with me, if I'm ad-libbing, no problem. If I'm having to read, I think psychologically I freeze because it's like, okay, I know I'm going to screw up because I'm dyslexic. I already know I'm going to screw up. And I know as a kid, you know, they used to make you get up and do the spelling bees. Man, I'd purposely screw up so I'd have to sit back down. And they would want me to read in front of the class. And my comprehension was horrible. And the teachers just kept saying, he doesn't want to participate. And I'd already told the teachers, this is the problem. This is what's happening. They didn't see it that way. They saw it as lack of wanting. And once it began embarrassing me, I didn't want to do it anymore. Yeah. And I think that's where I freeze up too, because I believe, oh my God, I'm going to screw up. You know,
that's why I never learned how to read. I just that in algebra.
You just chose to just ignore it.
Yeah. It's just
who needs to count? By the looks of you, you don't count.
I don't. 2 meals. How hard can that be?
Two meals.
Depends on what country you're from.
2 boxes of cookies.
Exactly.
See?
Double stuffed Oreos.
There you go.
Do we really need algebra to figure that out? No.
We got to figure out exactly how much to stuff in the Oreos, though.
As much as humanly possible. Please. Anything by Little Debbie's is okay with me.
So this person suggests to you about going to that, and then it's just a matter of you
taking the time
trying to find a location then, right?
Yeah.
There's like levels and certifications, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yep. You up, you start off with, it's called your competent communication manual and a competent leadership manual, because you're learning.
Smokes. Those are big words.
Yes, they are.
She didn't look at the demographic.
I'm already feeling.
I know.
I'm already like feeling like, because I'm thinking, yeah, I need to go to this. I'm like, man, but I'm gonna be embarrassed.
I'm sitting up straight.
No. It's a really great place. It's what we call a soft place to land.
So everybody's there for the same reason.
You don't want me hitting the ground.
It's like when I try to tell people about going to Starship. They go, man, I'm embarrassed. What if I see somebody I know? I'm like, they're there doing the same thing you're doing.
Yeah,
dude.
they work there.
Yeah, if you see one of your buddies on aisle 2 at Starship, he's probably thinking the same thing. Oh my God, did she just see me?
Absolutely.
You know, y'all are both pervs in the same place. Nobody's gonna knock the other one out.
I'd like to say that is by no means a public service announcement for Starship Enterprises.
Well, I've done that to a guy one time as a joke. He was
in Starship.
Let me finish. Back in the construction days, I had this guy named Wes. He was like 6'5", big country boy, just naive to the world. And he had made the joke about he'd never been in one, so we stopped by one. and I walk him into this section, and I just leave him there, and I walk off.
There you go.
And he's standing there in this section, which is the man
inappropriate.
It was the opposite of his sexuality. Let's word it that way. And he just picks up a box and goes, "Oh my God." And he looks over and there's another dude next to him that's like 5 foot smiling at him. He's then looking at me 2 aisles over going, "Scott, can we leave? I'm feeling a little uncomfortable." I bet you do. Because I left you in this spot. Literally. So anyways, back to your thing. But I just what would worry me though is I would go and I would be nervous because I'd be embarrassed. I know I'd mess up. You know what I mean? But I guess if everybody's there for the same reason, then I wouldn't be laughed at.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. In the military, if you're going to be an instructor, you have to go through what's called a platform instructor course. And it teaches you those things. And it teaches you, PowerPoint. And it teaches, all of those things and how to do a proper outline for a military, instructional. See, because we had to always meet task, condition, and standard in the military when you're doing a briefing. And then if you're doing, like an op order or stuff like that, there's very distinct steps that you have to do it. And you can always tell the people that had been to class and hadn't. The other guys are up there. I love when people read the PowerPoint to you. They turn around and they look at the board and they go, "Just for fun radio, there's a morning show." And you're like,
that's nervous right there because they know they're gonna go. And that's why I said I know I would. I already know.
Well, as an instructor, and then I had a training team of bringing those guys to Afghanistan. One of the things that I told them is, I used to have to divvy out their assignments. Okay, next weekend for this drill for this unit, you're going to be teaching this. And I used to tell them something I always thought was incredible. You can use this at Toastmasters, and everybody will think you're really cool. Just give me a footnote. I used to say, you study for your class and you research for your class up until the second you start it. Isn't that brilliant?
Yeah, that is so.
She's squinting her eyes at me like, "What the?"
You are so intelligent, sir. I'm just blown away. The IQ level is just bleeding out of you.
I could see it in her eyes. She's like, "Why did I drive an hour?"
This isn't squinting. I'm Asian.
She got you on
Thanks,
that one.
Mike.
Thanks for pointing that out. Listen, I told you, don't make fun of the guest. I told you, shut it up.
Oh my God, that was beautiful.
What are you gonna do to the next one that comes in here?
I'm posting stuff on Facebook.
Are you on the Jenny Craig diet? Really?
Jenny Craig diet, man.
Oh my God. So see, the reason I'm curious about this is like me, the first wedding I did, it was such a big deal because I used to be, I don't know if I still am, but I used to be a real big deal in the motorcycle community for all the stuff I did with charities and stuff. Mm-hmm. So when I was going to do my first wedding, one of the motorcycle magazines that me and him sponsor each other, he shows up to take pictures, DJ Scotty's first wedding. So the bride is getting ready. The groom, the guy that was with me, that rode with me down there, the motorcycle editor and owner of the magazine and a couple other guys, and we're joking about me getting tripped up over words. So there's this big joke about the tripping up of words, and we make a joke of a couple of things. What if I said, what would you say? So here we get to the middle of this wedding. We're now approaching the end, and I say, Steve and Belinda have now consummated this marriage, and everybody went...
right there in front of everybody.
Thank God the only people that caught it was us in the front. Like the bride and groom got it, the groomsmen, the bridesmaids, the mom in the back did not catch it, but the magazine guy did, laughing, and it was supposed to be consented. But in my brain, I took the first, I'm used to seeing words and not reading them completely, but seeing them. So for some reason, being funny, it came out, and I said consummated. And all the bridesmaids, thank God they were facing me and not the guest, because the eyes were just like, holy cow, did he just say that? And then at the end, I did look at them. I said, it was the whole consummating that got us here. So, just saying.
Are you the Gwinnett Toastmasters? Is that your organization that you're with?
I'm at the Brunswick's Norcross Toastmasters.
Brunswick's North. Okay, I'm looking for it because I'm gonna post on the Facebook site for folks, so they can take a look. See.
So when y'all, what is exactly y'all are there to help people learn how to speak in front of people. Is that what the whole motto is? I know we keep rambling back and forth over stuff. It's Monday. We fly by the seat of our pants around here on Monday.
I'm not wearing any pants.
Stay really close to that table, sir.
Gotcha.
It's got to be that chair. It's just got to be.
If the chair didn't eat my underwear.
No, but I just meant sometimes Timmy comes out on that chair too.
Yeah. Well,
all right, so let's go. Let's go.
I digress.
You dyed your dress.
I digress. Look, there's a picture.
That is us.
That is so cool.
All right, so yeah, that's cool.
So is that your certificate for completing a course, or?
That's actually just our sign showing that we're.
That's
a welcome sign. That's our club officers.
I had just never heard of this before. This is kind of cool.
Hey, I've been asking her,
one around here.
Yeah, about 6 weeks, 7 weeks now. I've been asking her questions. I don't understand. What is that you do?
He sees me post all the time about my achievements and what I'm working towards, and there's so many goals.
And is this what's helping you get into the acting part too?
That's what gave me the courage to finally step out.
Very cool.
Yes.
Dustin, I see you're in this picture as well.
Yes, he's our club treasurer.
Club treasurer. He's the money man.
That's not a job for me.
Oh, sure.
It's not me. Yeah. My problem is every time I get money, I go, what do I need?
Yeah.
I'm so used to buying everything for here. It's like today when I get done here, I got to go buy another monitor at Best Buy. So
right.
I already know that for every dollar I make, it's already spent.
eBay, man.
I am like a crack addict, but I at least admit.
I've noticed you've been losing a little weight.
No, I need to lose some weight. Maybe I really do need it. No, I'm just kidding. But with me, I can honestly say at least whatever my addiction is to build what I'm building here. Everything I spend my money on is just to move forward with the radio station. And yes, it's considered an addiction. That's for sure. But somehow, some way, I have to come up with the money to keep building this.
Oh yeah, we're getting big.
I had to make a statement on Facebook the other day because somebody had asked the question. And then here's me on the again. Somebody had asked me the question about who has funded this. And I'm like, nobody.
Yeah, none.
Nobody's funded this. I've hustled in the bar business for years, where I would work literally a day job on Friday. I'd work my Friday night bar. I'd get 2 hours of sleep, a 5-hour energy, go do a wedding or something to make more money, go work the bar that night, and then Sunday do it again, and then try to sleep Sunday night because I had to go back to work on Monday morning, and that's what paid for all of this.
Yeah, I've been there, done that.
So, just with that being said. Well, look, let's shoot off to a commercial real quick. We'll get back to, and I swear, listen to the uhs, man. I'm telling you, I've got, and now that I'm catching it, I see I'm doing it, is why I've got to correct it. Give us a few seconds. We'll have a, there we go again. If I put a money jar here, I would already be broke. There's no doubt I'd already be broke. So what we're going to do is I'll play a song. We'll be right back. Everybody, ooh, look, Vanilla Ice. We'll go some Vanilla Ice. We'll be right back in just a few seconds. Everybody's just fun in the morning.
See ya.
Yeah, me and the uhs. This is Monday. Yeah. Like I'm trying to go, okay, what do I need to ask?
Oh, that's great.
So I guess the biggest thing is a definition of what it is. Like, I mean, I know people go to AA because of AA. I just had never heard of this. So it's really cool. And there's no telling who else needs to know because a lot of our listeners.
She's posting all these pictures. She's dressed up. She's on the podium. And she said, and she'll always go. In fact, she gave up one for tonight to do the show today with us. But, and
I'm like, what, a meeting?
A speech.
I'm not doing
my speech.
Okay.
And so I'm like, what is it that you're presenting? What is it? What's the topic? And yeah, she's saying anything. I'm like, why are you doing? I don't know.
So you had a meeting at y'all's place to do a speech?
Every Monday night.
Yeah.
Okay. They say pretty much around the world there's always a Toastmaster.
There is a Toastmaster. I just looked it up. There's one in Saigon.
Well, I've got a book,
India, Pakistan, everywhere.
It's called the Toastmaster, and it's a guy that is a DJ who was bringing up the fact that when you're the MC of the event, that you're running the event. You are in control of the event. And to be
huge.
stupid as hell, I own the book. I've not read it yet. Like I paid $30 for this book, but after listening to this guy give this speech at this big event we went to, he was like, dude, y'all, he said, especially for me and what I do, he said, you need to read this. He said, because you need to learn to take control and entertain. He said, it's up to you because you are the Toastmaster. If you're not the one running the show and keeping it energized, it fades away.
Sure.
And I mean, truthfully, I got the book and hadn't even cracked it open, which is kind of lame on my end.
I mean, they are everywhere.
Yeah.
They're everywhere. That's cool.
Well, that's cool.
All right. So I posted your picture is on our website. Okay.
Club president.
Are you really?
I founded that club with my friend Kari.
Dealing the president. And just so you guys know, right below that, Night of the Lepus, I posted the link to the movie.
I posted on our Facebook page too. Though.
Okay. Yeah. Tell people to go to Google Play and download the app, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Those are the big ones for us.
Yeah, because the subscription, getting the emails, funny to watch them get the emails telling them to.
No, what's really funny is when you're doing all this stuff and Facebook starts going crazy with people, asking, because, in radio, you don't know how many people are listening.
Yeah.
It's impossible, but you can't say that, And so you bring up some silly topic and Facebook will go bing, 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 bing. I need to think about other shows. What would be a good show, AJ? What would be a good show format? We have music playing, just radio DJ playing 24/7. Good server. We got the morning show, but I need to come up with some other, I don't want to say formats, but other topics for shows. No. Like something I was, we talked before about a afternoon show when people are driving home, or a lunchtime show, and, stuff like that.
Yeah. And it plays music.
Yeah.
The 24 hours a day. We used to do night stuff, and because I'm not regulated by the FCC, I mean, it was stern but funny.
Yeah.
The problem is, it wasn't going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Like when I hustled in the bars and that was my nighttime life, I found that it was great for entertaining the people that I would meet in the bars, but you couldn't play me in the tanning salon. You couldn't play me, The thing too is we were only doing night shows, and then I decided to start a daytime show and then totally leave the nighttime stuff and try to keep it PG-13. We dance. I call it jump roping. We get on the line and jump rope on it, but word substitutes, try not to say hell, try to say hello. Things like that, so we've learned to do word substitute so that we can be played at one of my sponsors has the car repair shop. So he's playing us. The tanning salon plays us. Copy Central plays. So we try to keep it borderline without getting too graphic, because we've had people literally that's caught say the tail end of a joke that we're doing on somebody, or they hear us talking about something, but they only catch a piece. And it sounded really bad. Like we did a phone prank about this guy saying his car had got towed. We would call a tow company, and he said that his dad had left a stuffed beaver in the back of the car. And if you caught the whole story, it wasn't bad. But the people at the car place walk in, and all they hear is somebody talking about beavers. Where do you think their brain went? So should I yell, "Sorry, you're a perv," because we were talking about a stuffed animal, but you're on radio, they don't see what you're talking about, they just hear it. So we try to keep it PG-13 as much as possible. And now we're growing even more. The radio station's 4 years old. The morning show itself is over a year old now, so everything just keeps growing. All right. Yeah, it's just part of it. And feel free just to tell us anything you want, how you feel about this, how you got into it, anything. That way, it's just you. Hey, we're back, and I'm over here just a rambling.
A rambling man.
It's Monday. Y'all know that. Y'all know how Mondays are around here.
And it's a rainy Monday.
Oh, man, like I didn't even know it was raining. And I decided we're going to sit on the couch, drink coffee. We got the grandbaby, and I heard it. And it was like, really? Did this just start? Like, it hasn't been raining, but now people are starting to get on the road to go to work, and now it's going to rain. And, here in Georgia, a little bit of water on the road, everybody slams on the brakes.
I know I do.
3 car wrecks later.
I do.
Well, we already know. Dude, we've kind of figured you out.
No way.
The doctors are still questioning it. But.
Oh, yeah. Well, all they do is change my medication. They think it's funny. Look, I did the little dead air right there after I said that.
Because I'm just thinking, do we really want to tell people that? Did we really just want to tell people that information?
Oh, probably not. I am looking up the stuff on Toastmasters, AJ. This is a huge organization.
It is.
This is all over the world, and you're a president.
I am club president
here in Brunswick, at the Brunswick
Norcross Toastmasters.
Northwest,
and I'm an area governor.
She's a governor.
I'm a governor.
That's cool.
Governor.
They're changing that title next year. It's going to be
to conquistador.
Because it sounds more important. I mean, what?
I like that.
Yeah, I do too. Conquistador.
Can you imagine how that will be mispronounced over and over again?
But she's Asian.
And thanks for pointing that out yet again.
She pointed it out, man.
But you're the one that keeps looking at it like that movie. Mo. Like you just keep pointing it out.
Money.
And you even know the movie.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So, yeah, I mean, I feel like trying to ask you all these questions. So just spill it. Tell us more about it. So other people might. I mean, because I'm sure there's somebody out there that has to talk in front of somebody. You know what I mean?
They're scared.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
What about corporations? Good Lord. Have you ever been to a business meeting and you're sitting there going, okay, this is the guy you put in front of everybody?
It's kind of like the news media finding the one redneck.
Yeah.
So I was drinking my beer on the front porch and the tornado just came right on by, threw Miss Johnson's cat right up in there. And why did you find that guy?
And I love this when they go, and I think there's a shark in that nader. Shark nader. And then the sequel, Croc nader. Then a little shrimp nader. And then Ralph nader. Woo-hoo! Yep. It's Monday.
Sir, I need you to understand that was Agent Orange that you mixed in that water. That was not Tang.
You can't find Tang. You got to go to eBay.
This wasn't to bring up a Tang conversation. It was just simply to point out that you slightly mixed something up with your meds.
I shared with you guys a little bit about when I was growing up, I wanted to be an astronaut. And now it's always the Tang commercials. And do you poop in your suit and stuff like that? So whatever.
I don't recall asking you about what you poop in, sir.
I know. I just thought I'd bring that up.
Are those voices asking you questions again?
No, we got a lady on the show today. We can ask.
No. God, let's go back to what she's here for and not what your weird obsessions are. You write all that stuff down. You can slip her a note on the way out the door.
I'm texting her. I'm texing her this show.
All right, so let's hear it.
Spill it.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, no. You're on the spot now, aren't you?
You're on the spot.
Yeah, come on.
Well, that way I don't keep interrupting and asking odd questions.
All right, so back to what I was saying. So we're there to learn communication skills, to learn to speak effectively, and have leadership.
Dang, do they teach you to do your eyes like that?
Yeah, but it is, you got to pronounce properly.
No, I mean,
that's Monday morning.
Oh, okay.
Still trying to open my eyes.
But you never know when you're going to have to do a presentation.
That's true.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Or a breathalyzer. Sorry.
I swear, you never know when you're going to have to do a breathalyzer. That's beautiful. That is freaking perfect. Oh, my God. I want a bumper sticker. Think about that. Have you ever went, okay, I'm going to go do a breathalyzer?
And listen, in the businesses you've described you were in, your bumper sticker would say, you never know what you're going to have to blow.
That's right. Oh, that was wrong. I don't even want to talk about the breathalyzer no more. Hurt my feelings. I'm not even Asian. Wow. You never know when you're going to take a breathalyzer. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful saying.
It's true.
I'm writing it down.
Know.
Yeah, it's great.
I'll get you a T-shirt made.
Well, the reason I find all this so important is because of what I do now. Mm-hmm. When I was running construction for several years, I ran a company. I was a head tech, head service guy, electrician. We took care of Publix grocery stores. And all the cats that I worked with were used to me speaking one way in the truck with them riding. On the job site, we'd have our own little lingo. Everybody's, redneck and just so many other people talking. But then when you would get in front of these managers in Publix, most of these managers are from Florida, and most people from Florida are not from the South. So when you're dealing with all these people, you just can't talk like Bubba, because you're standing there with a guy that makes $150,000 a year, suit and tie, and you can't talk like the redneck white trash guy. You have to speak better. So I learned while dealing with these people how to do that. Then when I got promoted to running the service department, I really had to, because now I'm on the phone ordering wire, ordering lights. All of my lingo had to kind of clean up. Then when I started DJing, the lingo was in between. And then, as silly as this is going to sound, I moved to Conyers, and hanging out with more country talking, speaking people. Redneck Steph came on the show, and I found that as I was making jokes about how she talks, I started noticing I was talking that way. So now I totally sound country when I didn't used to sound country. And I also noticed that, like right now, I'm paying attention to how I'm talking. But I notice now when I'm just talking fast, because we used to make jokes about how they would talk. And then I started finding that I'm catching myself talking that way. So it kind of, when you notice that you need to change it, kind of like us. I didn't used to say us nowhere near like now. And now my language skills are just horrible, because I'm used to talking in slang and having fun and not having to deal with business. And something was said from Flying Brian the other day. He had said to somebody, and didn't think I found out about it, but he said, Scotty just don't even know how to talk business anymore. Well, it's because I do this so much that I don't have to speak correctly all the time. That's my fault, because I've allowed myself to get like this. But you get to moving fast and being funny, that you don't take that extra 5 seconds to pay attention to what's coming out of your mouth. So what you're speaking on here is such a huge part that I think all of us need to correct ourselves on, and especially if I'm running a radio talk show, I need to pay more attention to how I speak.
I generally don't.
We know that.
I just wanted to throw that in there.
Yes.
I generally don't think about what I'm saying.
We see that, sir. I feel like we're dealing with the whole blue pill ordering a cake thing again.
Oh, that was beautiful. We did. Poor AJ. She's just, I just want to talk about Toastmasters.
I know.
You guys are a bunch of
We're letting her wake up.
Yeah. Not going to be here all day. No, we did a prank where we talked to a woman that makes cakes, and I was doing this old man voice. And I kept telling her that I wanted a cake the shape of a Viagra, or, a blue. And she kept saying, what? And
it was the way he was talking as the old guy, which made it really funny.
And so every time she would stutter for a second, I'd go, hello. And then she'd say something else, and I'd go, Saturday. So
I was even getting ill with that, because I'm like, she's got to be getting tired of
She was getting mad. She was definitely getting mad. Then we broke the news to her, and she was like, you guys had me. God, y'all had me. It's really funny. Sometimes when we do pranks, man, 2 seconds into it, they got us cold. They know it's us. And they'll go, it's Scotty with Just for Fun Radio. But then there's some that hook, line, and sinker. Yeah, so it's a lot of fun.
And that's what we should do. We should call them one day.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll speak Ebonics and start asking about how you speak correctly. I need to learn how to speak correctly.
That'd be great.
But I really do need to learn how to speak correctly.
Just cut eyes at you like, call, buddy. You just call.
For the Ebonics.
No, I'm just saying. I'll have somebody call in for that one. I can't even speak Ebonics correctly. Is that what you just said? I'll have somebody make that phone call.
That's like taking a 101 class. That Ebonics for you would be 98. You wouldn't get any credit for it.
Right? Need to go hang out on. Look, I came to Conyers in Covington area, and I hang out with all the rednecks. I speak that way now. I need to go back to Glenwood for about 3 months and fix my lingo.
Yeah, we grew up in the same part of town over there.
Just with him being the older guy, he was already gone by the time I started my trouble.
Have you ever seen that thing where they shoot the arrow up in the air and then they run? When it comes down.
I used to catch those arrows.
We were doing that in the field behind. It's a Korean church now, and I didn't bring that up because you're Asian, but it's a Korean church. But there's a big field right there by Arthur's Court. Oh man, that's all we did all day. Shot arrows in the air and then took off running. kind of sad.
I didn't want to bring it up. I just love how everything keeps going back to her nationality.
Well, yeah,
Or, you know,
I guess
you're not being very PC today.
No. In fact, I don't even have a PC. I'm using my tablet.
And back to the guest.
That's all I say. We have voices from the.
What was that? Oh.
The
Yeah,
awkward silence. Well, it's Monday. We're used to Monday silence.
That's the green room for us.
Yeah, there's a fake plant over there.
That's the green room.
Should I go get you some Skittles? I got a box of Nerds upstairs.
God, I love Skittles. I love Skittles. Skittles are amazing.
Yeah, I got Skittles and Nerds.
Nerds. I steal a box every time I leave.
I've been wondering why they were getting down.
That's why I don't call you on the way home because.
And then he gets home and he can't figure out why there's a Nerd stuck in his speaker on his phone.
Well, you're an aspiring.
Oh, I thought you were going to go, you're an Asian.
No. Well, now you're doing it.
I just was waiting for that.
Why do you have to bring up her nationality? It's not something she can change. It's not like a blood type or something. Oh, holy smokes.
Oh, God. So you had no idea what you were walking into.
I really didn't.
Yeah. Well, it's a radio show, so it doesn't matter if you walk or not. You can call in and do this.
As long as you can talk.
As long as
we can wheel you to the table as long as you can talk.
That's why I drink Monsters. They do help. But
and then if he keeps drinking like this, we're gonna have to find somebody with a new liver and a kidney. So anybody would like to donate him a transplant here.
I gotta tell you, that'd be so cool if somebody has an extra kidney that they would like to bring to the show. That would come on, dude. That'd be awesome. We could poke it with stuff. We could.
Were you that guy as a kid? You found something dead on the road. You played with it.
Yep. I have some very, very.
Mama, I got a new cat.
Yeah, I have some.
It won't eat much, I promise.
I've got some very, very bad pictures of things we did with dead Talibans. So
yeah, one of my buddies when he was in Desert Storm, the convoy had been blown to smithereens and burned.
Yeah.
And in Desert Storm, they weren't legally supposed to take pictures. And,
no, you're not supposed to.
And they wasn't legally supposed to mail them back to the United States.
No, you're not supposed to take pictures. You're not supposed to be in possession of
That's
those
right.
pictures.
So I got pictures of a couple of Mack trucks that were just destroyed.
Yeah.
And they're leaning into the corpse and they take their cigarette and put it in the corpse's mouth and lean in and put their arm around it. And this is before selfie phones, right? So somebody had to stand over there and take the picture.
Yeah.
But it's like, hey, buddy, got their arm around this fried corpse with a cigarette in his mouth.
Yeah. Pretty sick stuff, But
unfortunately,
yeah. Okay. So we brought the show down. So let me ask you a question. Okay. You get rated by your peers, don't you? Do they grade you?
Not in the sense that you're thinking like an A. You don't fail.
No, I'm talking about they critique you.
Evaluation.
Oh,
yes.
I don't think Scotty could do that.
Well, no. Here was my question. Yeah. If y'all are all there for the same reason, who's the qualified one to grade you?
The one who's spoken a few more speeches.
Okay, so the moral. That's probably not even the right word either. The person who has more experience then is kind of the sensei of it. I guess. I don't know the business.
The sensei.
Well, I wasn't going to call it whatever the word conquistador.
Saifu! Today I present to you.
It goes with the Asian.
Yeah, I know.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah, that was kind of derogatory, wasn't it?
We are pulling your white boy card because you have become a supremacist at today's show.
Why do I have to be a white boy? I'm Sicilian.
I think that kind of goes back between you and your mama and daddy. I got no choices.
I'm Sicilian. We're not white. We're not
So
black.
You need to keep looking at him every time he makes an Asian joke. Ask him for a pie or something.
A pie.
Oh, you're Italian. That explains why you're fat.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying
that
you keep pointing out she's Asian.
I would like for all Italian Americans to meet me at 3458 Underwood Drive at 10:31. Bring baseball bats and slapjacks.
I'm just saying, you keep pointing it out.
What are we going to do now? Talk about Muslims? I got
a rug they can pray on right there. It's the same one my dogs lay on.
Ooh.
And it already stinks, so if they bring some smell with them, it won't matter.
Oh, or some. No, okay.
Just keep going.
Just keep going. Okay, my question is, do they openly critique you? I mean, they probably write it down. It's probably part of the deal, right?
Right. You have a written evaluation and a verbal evaluation.
Okay, so you're sitting up there or standing up there. All right, I'm fat. I'd sit down. I do better from a bar stool. I'm kind of sexy that way. I don't wear a dress or anything, but I have. In fact, I killed a Girl Scout once. I still got the uniform. But so you're sitting up there, and as soon as you're done, I mean, like right after, right?
Not right after.
Oh, okay.
You got to give the evaluator a few minutes to process.
Well, yeah, I mean, but I'm saying that same night, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so they critique you right then? Okay, Scotty, you can't sign up for this. DJ Scotty,
I'm already nervous just thinking about it.
DJ Scotty cannot. Let me tell you something.
It's a
Do y'all have
positive
security?
evaluation.
Oh no, it wouldn't be. Do you have security there? Do you have
We
armed?
need to.
Yeah, if Scotty comes, DJ Scotty comes, you're gonna need some security.
The bad thing is we're over here making jokes about it, and if there's somebody that really thinks they need to go to this, they'll be like, "Oh my God, they're going to be terrified now."
Well, I think you're supposed to be terrified, right?
No.
That's
They're
why
supposed to make you feel at ease, dude.
Come on now, think about this.
We laugh
They're
a lot there.
Oh, if I had to read something out of like the Moby Dick novel, oh yeah, you're gonna laugh.
Now you prepare your own speech, correct?
Correct.
So is the topic given to you?
No, you have a theme. So as you're learning through your first manual, you start off just by introducing yourself in 4 to 6 minutes, whatever you want to talk about yourself. And the next time you speak, it's just building on the skill sets of learning how to organize a speech, how to use vocal variety, how to use a PowerPoint eventually. The different things that you'd want to learn.
I've got a 3rd-degree black belt in PowerPoint.
You got a glitter belt, dude. Don't lie. That's a different joke.
Glitter belt. And that wasn't an Asian joke.
That's what I was gonna say. That was actually a gay joke that we've had from a previous show, because we are equal opportunity haters. We don't just pick on a race; we pick on everybody. Even though today you've picked on races extremely high.
I haven't been picking on you. I haven't been picking much.
When she goes to leave, she's gonna throat punch you.
Oh, cool. So why you think she knows kung fu? That is derogatory. God.
Really? Really? That's where you're going with this?
That was very derogatory.
Okay. So how about this? So if I was to come to this and explain to me from a new guy's perspective what he would see, how would y'all welcome him? What if somebody called you today and said, "What can you do for me? What is it that I need?" Kind of paint us that picture.
Okay. From the moment you walk in, we greet you. We try to make you feel welcome. We'll sit you with somebody who already has experience so they can talk you through what we have agenda to sit in front of you. So you'll be able to see how the format lays out. We start off by the Sergeant at Arms opening up the meeting, calling it to order. She'll read our mission statement. We go from there. The president, that being me on this club. Yes.
Dun dun dun, the
We'll address the
conquistador.
club.
Yeah, I said it.
Give a little bit of topic talk about the theme of the day. We have different themes to make it fun at our club.
What are some of those?
Next Mondays, or no, today. It is Monday, isn't it? Today, our theme is My Funny Valentine. It's
Aww.
the week of Valentine's Day.
DJ Scotty, will you be my funny Valentine?
Oh my God, let's just know.
Please.
But yeah, just different themes that we
He won't
come up
even
with. And
answer
all
me.
our themes are just right off the top of my head at this point.
So you are responsible for the themes.
And that was my
I
next
know.
question is, where does that come from?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Right off the top of my head. Unless anybody else wants to put up an idea, but nobody has yet
Really? Anybody ever want to do kung fu?
besides me.
Uh-oh.
Asian jokes again, really?
I did. It wasn't kung. Oh man.
Keep going.
Yeah.
All right. So from there, we'll introduce who our evaluation team would be.
Mm-hmm.
So as I said, we have the awe counter. We have a grammarian. So they'll give the reports at the end of the meeting of who spoke
What?
properly.
What's a great
Grammarian.
Yes.
Takes note of the usage of the English language. So as you're speaking,
Okay.
they'll let you know if you had any issues.
Right.
Don't know how to
Like-
conjugate.
And it's sad. I usually mess up the words, but I catch people around me saying things, and I go to correct them, and It's funny because my wife looks at me with the like you're going to correct me sort of thing.
Yeah, I didn't even know what that word meant.
But you sure can throw conquistador out there.
Oh God, I love that word. Say it one more time.
No,
come on.
All right, so keep going.
All right. There is also a timer, so they help keep track of timing.
Wow,
so
no
as
pressure.
You're speaking, yeah. So as you're speaking, they have a light box, a red, yellow, and green light box. So as you come up close to your time, you'll have a green light come on. As you're halfway through, then
Right.
the yellow, and then the red light comes on when it says you need to stop speaking.
Okay.
So the point you try to get it right to and stop like on the red. So I imagine you get bad points or demerits or spitballs or whatever it is when you go over, right? So if you're not done with your topic,
You just need to try to wrap it up.
wrap it up. I'll take it.
And see, when I had to go talk in front of the commissioners, the county commissioners, they only give you 6 minutes, I think it was. And I'm trying, or 4 minutes or something like that. But anyways, I was even going from the beginning. I said, now this is going to be hard to throw all this in there. And then as I said that, I thought, well, there went 10 seconds of my time.
And plus the bailiffs only had so long before they locked you up. So
No, thank God that particular day I knew the cop in there.
Oh, the day I got locked up, I knew the cop. As soon as when you two come up and she sat over there and I sat at the table and the two bailiffs were standing right next to me and I looked at him, I went, I'm going to jail, huh? And he goes, yeah, as soon as he's done talking.
Well, the cool thing is I was in there representing the neighborhood as the people who live here, not necessarily as DJ Scotty, but at the same time, several people on the board knew exactly who I was. The guy in the middle, who's like the chief guy of this, doesn't have a clue who I am. So after I get finished speaking, you know, the commissioner that knows me actually introduces me as who I am. And that kind of changed it a little bit, just a pinch, because then they treated me with good respect because they didn't want me walking out of there coming back here and saying anything bad. And then at the same time, when it was all over with, the head guy called me back down there and everybody, you know, everybody's walking out leaving and he calls me, you know, Mr. Spence, and everybody goes, oh crap, the principal's calling you to the office.
The head guy.
Yeah.
And on his card, it says head guy.
Yeah. So I get down there and he's like, you know, coming here and speaking about the speed limit on your street, blah, 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 it's not really doing you any good. And what he didn't know is I'm smarter than the average bear. I'm looking at him and I said, you're right. It may not have helped. I said, but see that camera? It's all now documented that I come in here and I use the words, I beg for your help.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked every one of y'all in the eyes and I said, and it's fixing to go across y'all's cable TV channel.
Mm.
So everybody in the town just heard me come in here and beg for your assistance. And he just looked at me and went, oh,
cool.
Oh, yes, there's motive behind what I do. So.
Oh, yeah. Does anybody ever come to the organization and say, hey, I need somebody to do a presentation?
That happens not in our club situation, but as you move up and we have contests.
Yeah,
and
I would think so.
You can move up through the contest and some people end up being, you know, the world champion of public speakers.
Wow.
One time a year.
That is just crazy. I mean, because I've never heard of this.
You were young.
It's not bad. Sorry, it's Monday,
Right.
man.
Right when she said that, you went,
yeah, but thanks for pointing that out because I might have got away with it if you didn't point it out.
YouTube listener, yeah.
You know, but, you know, there's just so many times that you think about all this that needs to be done. Mm-hmm. And when I deal with customers where somebody had pointed out I don't talk business great, the thing is all these customers, they know me. They know my personality. They love me. And they see through they don't need that smoke and mirror car salesman try to talk fancy crap. They already know who I am. They are like, you know, we love exactly who you are. We love your energy and you're an entertainer. So we know that about you. It's when I first meet people that don't know me, they're the ones that, you know, you think for a second have a hard time. But the cool thing with me is because I'm an entertainer, they see past it because they're like, this dude, because they've already heard who I am. So they're kind of like, this dude's really, I see this is why people want him on stage. I see this is why they like him because he is so full of energy. the whole painting a picture of me being somebody else. There's no reason to pretend. I mean, I would love to probably come to one of these and check it out, at least so just so I can see what it's about. But I know it's something I need to pursue a little bit for the whole being ordained part, because dude, I'm telling you, I freak out. And it doesn't matter how old I am, I still feel like I'm in the third grade all over again. When
Ain't it cool?
Speak like that.
Best 6 years of my life.
But you let me be a jackass and I don't care. I mean, I'm okay with it.
Dustin, do you do speeches? You do them as well. So who outranks who? I mean, she outranks you? Does she ever pull rank on you? You ever say, like, look, dude, I'm the conquistador. You're vacuuming.
No, that might be at home. That has nothing to do with it.
Just got to check, man. You never know about these things.
It's kind of like the illusion of the show. What happens here, and reality's outside the walls.
Exactly. So, yeah, this is, I just,
because I don't know anything about it, I'm like having a hard time coming up with questions, because it's like, I've never heard of this.
I mean, you could just go nuts with the topics, man. Mm-hmm. You could just pull something way out there, like space, right? I mean,
Final Frontier.
Wow, she's a tricky. She's a tricky. Now, okay, since you brought it up.
Is it because she's Asian you didn't think she could be?
Are you Sulu? she grimaced and then she grinned. So Star
We're
Trek,
just full of bad jokes.
Star Trek, Star Wars. Which one? You a Trekkie? Or
decide?
Yes.
To choose?
Yes. Right now.
I think if you're one, you're both.
Negative. You don't know.
Well, that's maybe you serious nerds.
I know you're a Star Wars nerd.
Maybe you serious nerds think that you have to draw a line, but I'm both.
Yeah,
I collect more of the Star Wars stuff because my generation. But let me tell you, I've seen all the Star Treks. There's no doubt about it.
We have, I bet you, we have close to 100 books on Star Wars. And it's the story. The story goes much, much further than the movies ever did. Han Solo and Leia, they get married. And Hans is actually royalty. Han Solo is actually royalty on his planet. And their children become Jedi. And that's what carries on the Jedi training. And I don't think Jedis are Asian or nothing, but I just thought it would be important to talk about.
Yeah, but Samuel L. Jackson was.
He's Asian? Because he didn't look Asian. Blackanese.
Oh my God, let's just piss them off too. No, he was a Jedi, fool. Well, there was a dude that looked like he had an octopus head with all sorts of weird tentacles. He was too.
You want to know the craziest part? Okay.
The craziest part is that you just said Blackanese. That's the pretty craziest part.
Check this out. So he goes, right? God, I can't remember his name. What was Samuel L. Jackson? It wasn't.
I don't think it matters what his name is. Get to your point.
Was it Windu? Okay, so he comes in and he's going to challenge the Emperor. Right now we know the supreme leader is really the Emperor. So he comes in, and you would think he would bring his best Jedi, right? I mean, he's going to go arrest the guy, and he brings 4 or 5 Jedis with him. And you're thinking you got to bring the top guys, right? I mean, you're going after the Emperor. Oh my, the Emperor does some cool move and kills everybody but him in like 2 seconds. I'm sitting there going, wow, we wasted all that money on your Jedi training and you died in like 2 seconds. I was a little upset. I like to think of myself as a Jedi.
I'm trying to think the only thing that could have killed more time than this might have been a funeral.
Yeah. So I'm kind of like the Jedi that when everybody goes out and does missions, I like clean up the spaceship and vacuum and make.
So you're the ship biatch, is what you're saying. So you're Mr. Mom, is what you're saying.
When they come back, I'm like, hey.
So when normal people pull out the lightsabers, it's like, woo, woo, woo. You're like, pick up your feet, a vacuum, and.
Now,
that damn Wookiee again. Dude, you need to comb. You need to comb. I'm getting hair and stuffing up the vacuum cleaner.
Chewbacca's shedding.
He's got his winter coat.
Hey, is that a new lightsaber? Yeah, it's made by Hoover.
You're horrible.
Oh, God. Chewbacca's shedding.
He's getting his winter coat. Dude, could you stop licking yourself? I couldn't hear you on the microphone. Was that a hairball?
Can you imagine if something happened to Chewbacca and you had to put one of those cones on him?
Can you imagine? Can you imagine those bumpers those girls wear that they put on the back of their head to make their hair stand taller? Can you imagine him doing that?
I've never worn one of those. I mean, I'm open to try. AJ, have you ever worn something to make your hair stand up?
I have not.
I haven't either.
I see those girls do it on TV all the time, and I just shake my head. Like, we know that's fake.
I like when their hair changes colors, because they're wearing the extensions, and you go, that just looks weird, But they're wearing extensions and make their hair look longer. But here again, it's the whole thing is like, why do women wear a lot of makeup? Because every guy I know is like, you don't wear a lot of makeup. So could we get a woman's perspective on that?
I don't wear a lot of makeup.
When I looked over the computer,
quit looking at the computer. I'm trying to find something, and the internet's running slow for some stupid reason.
Yeah, the internet's running slow. Just happens to stop on the bikini.
It's the pictures that I'm trying to get past. You made a comment about sitting on a stool, so there's a picture I'm trying to find.
Okay, that girl right there should work out, and she should not be doing bikini contests. That's
sorry.
Back of her legs.
Pretend that this ain't in front of you and keep talking.
Okay, so yeah. Okay, do you ever bring up like a funny topic? Do you ever really stump them with a good one? I mean, because
we're back to Toastmasters.
Yeah.
No more Jedis.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm still a Jedi. It's just covert.
He says he's a ninja too.
Well, that is a part of our agenda.
Jedi training?
Yeah.
Cool.
Pretty much. Table topics.
Table topics.
AKA table topics.
Also known as. I'm confused now. Table topics.
Table topics. It's the impromptu portion of the meeting where you learn to think on your feet.
See that? I knew we were going to get to some impromptu. I like the whole comedy thing.
Yeah.
And and I've done tons. Tell. Yeah, I've done tons of improv stuff. I don't drink. Monsters. But every once in a while, I'll have a beer or something, and I get really silly. And if there's an improv club, a friend of mine, Evan, he does a lot of improv, and he's like a fat, stumpy Robin Williams. So it's just funny to look at him. I mean, he can just stand up on stage and I start giggling. But I'm not sure where that was going. But so
ADD radio.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're the president. You get these topics. Do you have them already programmed out, or can Just for Fun Radio help? Come on, that you got to admit.
Have you heard every topic that we've tried to stay on and every topic we've ended up with, and you want us to give her a topic?
Yes. And then we could go and we.
So I was going to the lawyer's office. Squirrel!
Look at the choo-choo.
Look at the pretty trees.
Helicopter. Every time I see a helicopter here, I gotta look at it. It's a rule.
I do that.
Yeah, I read it. I wrote it down and I read it. So it's gotta be. So yes, Just for Fun Radio, or at least Military Mike, would love to give you a topic. Yes, and I want to give it the topic on one time that we can come. I don't know about DJ Scotty's a lot more. He's busier than I am, but I can show up one Monday night.
Okay.
But it's got to be our topic.
Well, you have 3 to 4 questions.
I have 3 to 4 questions.
You'd have to have 3 to 4 questions.
Oh, crap! I'm not prepared to take a test.
No, you would deliver them.
Oh.
You could be our table topics master for the evening.
Oh, do I have to dress up?
No.
Okay, because
as a conquistador.
Yeah, I just and the lightsaber.
Well, next Monday's Funny Hats Day.
Funny Hats Day.
It would just be funny to see you in a hat.
I don't have any funny hats. I got serious, stinky, smelly hats from the desert and from Kabul and stuff. They smell. Is that a funny hat?
That's probably not.
No, it's funny that this is your topic.
Hey,
my smelly hats.
You know what? I got to tell you, this is extremely interesting to me because I am one of these guys that whenever my guys were giving classes, I'm in the back making notes, and then we have a meeting afterwards, and I used to grill them like freaking cheese. I'm serious. Grilled cheese. You got it. See, she can keep up. Yeah, because you know what? The way you present yourself when you're in that position, I get so upset when I go to a briefing, and I don't do that anymore now that I'm retired, but in the military, I was always in briefings. And you see somebody giving a briefing that literally couldn't find their butt with both hands, and you squirm, and you're sitting there going, you have a bachelor's degree, if they're, captains and majors, they have college degrees, and you sit there and you go, and you're supposed to, I mean, we're taking men into combat and you're giving a briefing, and wow, this is bad. And it's almost humorous, but because of the situation, you take it serious. So I'm sitting there thinking, wow, you know, this, I wonder if I could get in touch with the National Guard here. I'm still very involved with the National Guard and the family readiness groups. And I'm sitting there thinking, wow, man, we got out of here. I mean, I could send you a soldier or something like that, and you guys could see the way the military does. You get a whole nother look at stuff, and these guys could get a whole nother look at professionals. You see what I'm getting at? That, I think there might be a little takeaway on that.
Okay.
Sounds cool. Yeah. And you know, these guys, some of them, you know, especially National Guard, these are citizen soldiers, you know, and I bet you they work places, and people always go, oh, hey, you're in the military, you know, can you do this? Can you do that? I know I was always having to do the presentations when I got, you know, when I went back into the Guard, but I was still working a job. So yeah, it's interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, our club is open to anybody.
Yeah. How does people find you?
Okay,
You know?
you find us on Toastmasters.org, and
I posted
there's
that on our
different
Facebook
clubs.
site as well.
Some of them are closed just for their corporation, and ours is open to anybody who wants to, you know, 18 and up.
Okay.
More than welcome to come in.
And you're in Norcross.
Yes.
So anybody on that
At
side
the
of town.
Brunswick, inside the Brunswick,
It's the bowling
Inside
center.
the bowling alley.
the renovated bowling.
Bowling
Okay.
center. They don't call them bowling alleys anymore.
I don't
bowling
know.
center.
I don't-
We meet in the conference room.
Okay.
I was trying to make some noise. So you can't tell what I was doing.
You can definitely tell today is Monday.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You can tell today's Monday.
Absolutely.
You can tell everybody had a busy weekend because we're all like,
I like babies.
you're listening to the smooth sounds of slow radio.
Dr. D in the round. Hey, look right there on the screen. You see on the screen right there where it says recent post?
Yes. Toastmaster.org.
I put toastmaster.org, and I put up your Facebook site as well.
Nice.
No problem. We appreciate you coming in today. I know it was a task. Oh, God, I had to argue with her like for an hour last night. That's ridiculous. It really was. She was like, are you going to have donuts? I'm like, no, we can't have donuts. I'm fat. That didn't really happen.
I was kind of wondering.
No.
The fat really happened, but not the donut.
Oh, boy. You know what we did talk about?
Oh, my God. This might worry me.
Kung Fu.
There you go again. All right, let's shoot off the commercial. We'll come back. We'll just we'll talk about some TMZ stuff. That way we're not staying too slow. I think all of us are in that Monday rut, man. I'm telling you. And it's like that every Monday. It always is.
Let's do monster shots.
You're the only one that's drinking Monster.
And I'm not sharing.
Ugh. God. If that was on camera, I feel sorry for anybody that just saw that.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
He just tongue kissed to Monster.
That sounds weird.
Yeah, because that whole mental image by itself could be really bad.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, give us a few minutes. We'll be right back. We'll talk about some of the stupid local stuff too. See you in a second.
See you. I was wondering when you're going to go to a commercial.
Well, I was letting you talk. I didn't want to cut you.
Just blabbing.
I can just feel it's Monday. Like, God, man. And Kathy Bragg just typed, is anybody else sick from last week? Like snotty, I guess. So I guess somebody at the event Saturday must have been sick and passing the bug around.
I wasn't there, but man, I babysat all weekend, and that's just brutal. Well, that's cool.
So look, I got this gag. Did you see the thing we passed on Facebook a little while ago? It was like the 20-something gags. One of them I'm going to do is I'm going to take I got that Germex bottle in there.
Mm-hmm.
It says you take a empty bottle of Germex, but it has to say Germex, so it looks like hand sanitizer, and you fill it full of KY. Wouldn't that be hilarious? Every time somebody goes, and then they get like this and go, and you will hear them. They'll be in there yelling, "What the hell is this?" And then we'll all laugh.
I tell you what.
Now I just said that on camera though, so that means anybody listening.
But here's a good one. We used to have great value products in the stores, and you're constantly cleaning the gun case and the jewelry case, the front windows, and all that other stuff. So there's like 5 great value bottles laying around all over the place. Looks like Windex. So I took one and I washed it all out, and I put blue raspberry Kool-Aid in, and it looks just like, it was a little bit darker. So I kept playing with it, and I got it right. and I put it over there by where the manager, I had like a manager's little kiosk. And so I'm sitting in there and I was yelling and screaming about something. And they're laughing and all that. All my pawnbrokers, they're laughing and joking and all that. I said, I'm serious. I'm sick and tired. They go, you're crazy. And I go, I'm crazy, huh? I take the bottle, I unscrew it, and I just start drinking. And they're like screaming at me. That's got alcohol. It's got ammonia. It'll kill you. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. I'll make it. And they're like, so for the rest of the day, I walked around and acted like I was nuts.
Oh, yeah. They were showing stupid stuff like, the Dunkin' Donuts. It's a solid donut, but then they squirt the white cream in the middle of it. They packed it full of mayonnaise.
Oh, God.
Can you imagine biting into a sweet tasting donut and all of a sudden a freaking mouthful of like blue plate mayonnaise? Ugh. They show somebody do this, though. They take a bunch of crayons. So you got all the colors and they put them like this and they put them under a windshield wiper.
Oh,
and then
no.
all of a sudden it's like, oh, dude. I was looking at some of the gags going, but some of them I'm like, yeah, that could be hot.
When fax machines used to be big, I used to really get pissed off at our corporate office, and I would take 3 sheets of paper and tape them together and just loop it in the fax machine. I'd fax our corporate office. So it'd just sit there, and it would burn up their toner cartridges at corporate. Oh, I used to hate it. They call up and they go, your fax machine's doing it again. My fax machine's doing it.
Look, this is what I did. Is that my pet broke. I go in there to see it, and it's all women. So every day they go, you didn't put the seat down again. So now I'm to the point, like, as I go to walk out, I'll wave, and they go, did you put the seat down? I go, hell no. So the other day, I'm in there peeing, right? I look over, I see the medicine cabinet doesn't close. So I get nosy. I look at the medicine cabinet. So I decided that since I leave it like that all the time, I would do that. So I know now she's going to walk in and go, he left the damn seat. I did it on purpose because at that point, I'm like, you tell me every day I need to close the toilet. So I'm like, okay. So I got a message. I posted on Facebook. Apparently, nobody called me to cuss. They saw it on Facebook. Look, every day, that's the view we walk in. So I decided to use the dental book. So, I mean, it's just messing with them because they get stuck in that stupid routine every day of fighting with somebody else's dog. So I'm like, okay, I'll mess with you a little bit.
I couldn't be a dog groomer. But I do love my pit boo. I love my pit boo. Well, I was trying to find a funny picture, but can't. It's not downloading on my tablet today. Cody likes just for fun. Loganville. It's not too far from Snellville. I mean, it's right beside Snellville. It's kind of like between Snellville and Monroe, Georgia. No, it's in Georgia. Yeah.
I think I went out.
There is a restaurant in Johns Creek that I went to that I cannot remember. It's like a pizza place. It's an Italian pizza place.
Just gonna tell you.
No. Hey, I'm about to get blasted by so much. Here comes.
It's messy.
I'm gonna ask our listeners.
All right, we're back. We're trying not to have any dead air today. We're like just
Yeah.
I'm like already thinking in my head, what chores, what things do I have to do today? Because it was like, okay, I was supposed to go by Rob's. Do I have to go today? Because it was something I needed to get my odometer for my change my oil. You know, that thing it tells you you're 5% away from changing the oil. So I got to go by there and get that reset. But it's like, man, do I really have to do that today? Like I'm already trying to, in my own mind, weasel out of 10 things. Like, do I really? I don't know that I can go to bed by Tuesday.
I do that all the time. But I have post-traumatic stress disorder, so it's accepted.
Okay, so you have an excusable excuse.
Yes. Excusable.
I love that.
Excusable.
I don't have to do it because I'm a procrastinator and I can do that.
Well, I just don't like going places that I have to wear underwear. Oh, that got quiet. All sudden, uncomfortable quiet.
Well, the reason I was fixing to make a joke, and I was like, okay, I'm going to leave that one alone. But no.
You know what? I'm just, I don't know. I got to that age, and when I retired, I said, you know what? To get me in a shirt and a tie and a suit, well, one, I'm fat. It's going to take a lot of work.
Can I remind you of something? If you don't, I went a long time of not wearing underwear because it was hot. So with that being said, at your age, do you never think about the cantaloupes hitting your kneecaps? If you,
I gotta take this call.
Do you really have to take a call during the show?
No, I'm not.
Boy, that radio etiquette has just went straight to the garbage.
Let me tell you though, she's pretty hot. So okay, yeah. How are you?
All our listeners are probably going, "What the hell are they on today?" Over
That's
there?
what I like.
That's what you like, while all of them are freaking out, going, "Yep, it's a screwed up Monday over there."
Yeah. But you know what? They're having a screwed up Monday too.
We all do.
Yeah, Monday.
Especially with TMZ.
I don't like Monday. I don't care for Monday at all. Do I was going to ask you a question.
So how about the warrants? They're trying to issue warrants to arrest.
I think they what do they call that when they just drop it?
Well, what I was getting at is they started to issue the warrants on the Bobby Christina, but then they turn around and go get Nick Gordon's because he was speeding. He did like an 82 somewhere and then claims that he wasn't speeding at the moment they pulled him over. He's not denying doing 82, but just, I wasn't speeding when you pulled me over. Well, that's because the blue lights were behind you and you were letting off of the gas pedal.
That's a good defense, man.
I wasn't speeding when you pulled me over. Of course you weren't, dum-dum, because I was behind you with the lights on and you were pulling over.
I'm thinking that's a pretty good defense.
Yeah, but I guess from what I was hearing this morning on the news, they're issuing warrants to go pick him up as well.
I think that's a great idea. I think I'm going to try to use that.
Defense?
Goldie Hawn.
So here, read this one. You were talking about this one a little while ago.
Yeah, my buddy Bruce, or Brucey, or
Brucette.
I wonder if he's going to change or is she going to change her name? But Bruce Jenner, you know,
Brucemus.
I like that. I do. Basically, what they're reporting is may not be the driver who caused a woman to die on the. Do you know what PCH is? Pacific.
I thought it was that drug that you said that they put you on at the Veterans Hospital.
No, that was for an STD. PCH is Pacific Coast Highway Saturday because law enforcement tells TMZ they now believe the Prius.
Death by Prius sucks.
I mean, I feel bad the woman died. God rest her soul and all, but man, Brucey Jenner driving a Prius.
Yeah, but he drives a big Tahoe or something, doesn't he? A Suburban?
Well, it says the Prius that led the pack made a sudden stop, causing the Lexus to crash into it. So I guess Brucey was in a Lexus. No, it says before Bruce hit the Lexus. TMC, man.
He was in a gangbang.
Or a Prius. You ever see the other guys when he talks about his Prius? It has remarkable power.
America!
Oh God, I love Will Ferrell.
I'm so lost.
Yeah, me too.
It's conversation.
It's cool. But sheriff deputies were suspicious of the story the Prius driver told. Well, of course, you can't trust a Prius driver. Tree hugger. She said she was stopped.
You're not a very judgmental person, are you?
Oh, absolutely not. And that was for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, just in case you were thinking about.
Oh my God. If y'all could just sit here for 5 minutes, you would be like, "What the hell is this dude on?"
I think Dustin died. No, he's okay. He's all right. He's got his hands folded up, which means he's nervous. I don't blame you. I'm too. All right. So she was stopped at a red light, but she was 300 feet away from the light. Well, I mean, that's just being precautious, isn't it? I wasn't speeding when you called me. So when the cops asked her if there was a line of cars in front of her, she was pretty vague about the answer, and the deputies think she might have been making an illegal U-turn. Yep. We're thinking that's what happened. So the current scenario is this. The Prius came to a sudden, possibly illegal stop on the highway. The Lexus hit the Prius, and then Bruce slammed on his brakes, and he swerved. I wonder. Well, I bet you he was texting. This has texting written all over it. But he was unable to stop. So slamming into the Lexus then went into oncoming traffic, was hit by a Hummer, Well, don't get me started.
Something about Bruce and the word Hummer in the same
Yeah,
sentence is not correct.
Yeah, and killing the Lexus driver. It appears that there's no criminal liability on Bruce's part, but as for civil liability, there is a law that you cannot follow too close. And
Yeah, if he was the last one to do the tapping,
yeah,
he gets charged with almost all of it.
Well,
depending on their law, I know in Georgia.
Well, you know what? I always thought in Georgia that if you rear-ended somebody, you got a ticket.
Right.
They used to always say that. If you hit, you get a ticket. But I found out that has changed, and it's officer's discretion.
Right. Because everything's laid out different. I mean, it could always be a different situation.
Yeah. Well,
so that's one way of looking at it. It's just crazy when you start putting it all together, because they first start painting the picture that Bruce got some
or
huge,
Bruce
horrible,
killed somebody. Yeah.
Right.
So there was just somebody.
But leave it to the media, aka the same thing we do, to where they paint everything so bad. And then how about that they're talking about Tyler Perry coming to see Bobby Brown's daughter? Here's and I don't mean to sound like a douche nugget, but he's not a minister. So I don't understand what the huge point is about. So Tyler Perry comes to see her. I don't understand that.
Dude, it's Tyler Perry.
Well, I get that, but he's not a minister. It's not like the Pope came to see you today.
Wait, it's Tyler Perry.
But that means nothing.
Oh, it means everything.
What? Is he like the Godfather?
Oh, yeah. It's Black and Ease, man. He's like, he's the conquistador. He walks in the hospital, man, and
I just couldn't understand why it was such a big deal. They make such a big deal out of him showing up.
That's Tyler Perry, man.
I don't get it. I don't
he's
understand what
he's the man.
So what? It's Tyler Perry.
He's the man. That's all there is to it. That's all you got to know. He is the man. And if he, you know what? I imagine everybody's going to get on that bandwagon and come over and talk. But you know what? You know Bobby Brown just like I know Bobby Brown.
But does Tyler Perry know Bobby Brown like that?
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess.
That's why when I say when I saw it on the news, I'm like, and Tyler Perry comes sneaking in to visit the Browns, and I'm thinking, it's not like he's a minister. What is it that he's doing? I mean, other than just showing his face and getting praised for going there?
Yeah, media hype, man.
That's stupid.
You got to stay, man. When you're the big dog, you got to stay in the news.
There's more important things to worry about.
You've got to stay in the news when you're, popular. Like me. Look at me. I'm a huge celebrity.
And then I was laughing about the whole Oprah. She's choking up over this. It sucks that someone's 21-year-old daughter's going to die. That sucks. That's horrible. I understand that. But how many times did Oprah and this woman have dinner together?
Yeah.
I mean, did Oprah and this young girl, did the girl grow up with Oprah?
No.
Did she go to Oprah's house?
No.
Did she go swim in Oprah's pool?
No.
So I know it's sad, but think of how many kids die every day.
Yep.
And they don't get this kind of media attention.
So, yeah. But, I mean, come on, man. That's a perfect media hype. Come on. You got to chime in there, AJ. You're gonna be
the
like,
woman's point of view.
Yeah, you're going to be like this one day. I mean.
That's what I was playing off in my head. I was like, gosh, if I'm going to be on somebody's radio talk show topic one day.
You are. Wait till tomorrow.
Yeah, he's making all these mental notes for tomorrow's show.
Oh yeah, tomorrow's Asian Tuesday.
So what's your feel about this? I mean, I mean, there's kids that die every day. I just hate that she's getting all the media spotlight, and it's sad. Don't get me wrong. I don't mean it to be bad, but it's huge right now, and there's teenage kids that die all the time.
That is true. It is unfortunate. I think it's just mostly linked to what happened with Whitney. That's why they're making such an emphasis on this right now.
And what is it? Tomorrow or the next day was Whitney's death day, right?
Right. Yeah. 3-year anniversary.
Now the speculation through different sites that we're seeing is, are they going to pull the plug on Whitney's day? Yeah. And in a weird way, I could see them doing it as a publicity stunt. Mm-hmm. I could see them doing that. But in a weird way, like, why would you want to do that? Why would you want both of them the same day? Yeah. It's
well, it was initially supposed to be on Bobby Brown's birthday, wasn't it?
I don't recall.
Last week.
Yeah, like last week.
Yeah, I knew last week they were talking about it.
Tough call,
trying
man.
to keep up with it is just such an odd thing, and
it's sad.
So, as a female, what is your feel on this?
I honestly haven't really kept up with it as much as the media has. I just think it's sad that they're blowing it up like this, and that there is so many opinions out there about it.
Well, I mean, the young lady is,
if she's somebody's daughter.
Yes, bottom line.
Yeah,
and it should be kept.
Yeah.
And
I
don't think the media should be in this.
Just because Bobby Brown says, "Hey, give us our privacy," that's just not going to happen. I mean, especially she grew up in that family, man. Come on, everybody saw. There was that TV show, that reality TV show.
I didn't watch that.
You ever see that? Oh God, I watched about a half episode one time, and holy smokes, man, it was horrible. I mean, they were just wasted all the time, it seems like. But yeah. Hey.
And I know one of the articles I had said something, not an article, but one of the interviews, I was speaking of it last week, where Whitney said, me and Bobby just go together. Like when he's good, I'm bad. When I'm bad, he's good. And then she was just pointing out, and right now I've been really bad.
Yeah.
But does that point to say he's being really good? Because they were both doing drugs at that time. So it's like, which one of you were who was being the good guy at the time? If you were both doing narcotics, whether they were prescription pills or not, you're still under the power of that. You're still doing drugs, and you're not in control of your own life to the point that you fall face first in the bathtub. Now there's also asking about, is it possible that the boyfriend / whatever he is, stepbrother, is it possible that they got her high? Is it possible that they put her in the bathtub?
Oh, wow.
And we were listening to, bits and pieces of different interviews with people just making speculations, though. There's no proof of anything.
Well, I guess if you're going to be in the, limelight there, live by the sword, die by the sword, that kind of thing.
Well, the boyfriend won't get anything. I mean, he's mooching 100% off of her. And
I mean, I got Anna Nicole pregnant. I mean, that's my daughter. Remember the baby thing? Remember Gonzalez when they kicked in the door and took the kid? That was my kid.
Oh, my God. The fairy tale world in which you live in.
I know. And Woody Allen and I have the same birthday. Let's figure that one out.
I thought you were fixing to say something totally worse than that. I really, truly thought you were fixing to go really, really bad.
No. That dude's, he's a sick dude. That is,
because if you brought up the daughter part with Woody Allen, you said you and I thinking that's kind of bad.
What, because she's Asian? Gotcha.
No, because of her age.
Well, I told you about me. I used to ask girls, "Hey, where you been all my life?" And they'd go, "Middle school, creep, get away from me." So,
no making out with those girls anymore.
Nah.
It almost got you in jail last time.
Yeah, restraining order.
Well,
plus it's hard to yell at people at 500 feet from any schools.
Yeah, because I didn't think you were allowed around schools.
No,
you and Ronnie both. I figured that y'all were both.
There's a lot of limitations. It takes.
There's the crayons, by the way.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
I'm telling you, those gags are insane.
The seat horn thing, I don't see how that could work. I'd notice something under my seat, but the crayon.
You didn't notice the one you're sitting on?
Yeah, about fell over. I'll be switching. I'll be switching.
And they show one car where they cover the entire car in Post-its, little square ones. Gotcha. And to me, that might look cool, but who had 3 hours of useless time to waste to put stickets all over her car?
I was watching something, I think it was on History.
Tired people.
Yeah.
Oh, you make it sound like it's a disease.
Well, it kind of is.
Yeah, but I get coupons for Golden Corral.
And you get to go on senior day too.
Absolutely. Double coupons. I'm a couponing maniac.
Oh
by the way.
My God.
But hey, check this out. I watched this reality show, and these guys, there were 3 roommates, and this one guy goes off and he's going to be gone like for the weekend. So you know what his buddies do? They fill his room with balloons. Not helium, but just fill his room with balloons. Thousands of balloons.
Who has that kind of time?
Oh, and it was like a time lapse. It took
give me another couple of hours.
It took like 36 hours to blow up all these balloons. The guy walks in, they're like, "Hey man, what's up? Hey, okay, you gonna put your stuff in your room?" Yeah. He opens up the door and it's full of balloons.
I could have just walked in if I wanted to gag you, put a bag of poop in there and been done with it in 15 minutes.
It was just like, oh my God, what am I watching? And then
that's what you watch on television.
Oh man, Redneck Island. I love that show.
Plug for Redneck. What?
Redneck Island. I love
that's
that
Steve
show.
Austin one?
Yeah, well, yeah, he's got a little part in it. And then the little girl that's co-host, holy smokes. But
so I'm gonna check this out just so I know you're wasting your time.
I've got them all DVR'd, every episode. And then Video Mix. You can watch every episode of every show that was ever made. So it's awesome.
And Video Mix, is that the one
it's illegal, shut up.
Is that the one you said they've banned now?
Well, they're working on banning it. So I was watching all my episodes of Justified last night, which if I was a U.S. Marshal, I would be just like Marshal Givens.
You think?
Oh, I would. I'd shoot first, ask questions later, man. Like, bang, freeze. I mean, definitely. I would definitely. Hey, here's a question for you, both of you, and Dustin, if you're still awake. Okay, so we're living back along the time of the cowboy and Indians, 1860, 70, 80.
Yes.
Okay, would you be a good guy or would you be a bad guy?
I don't know, because both of them just got killed.
Well,
I mean, if you just looked at somebody wrong, you're getting killed.
I know, but would you be like the sheriff riding the white horse? Or would you be all dressed in black? I know you.
I don't know. I don't know that either of them's safer than the other.
Well, no, but only sissies would look at safety. I mean, come on, seriously, you would be a good guy. You'd be a good guy.
I don't know, because I you watch Young Guns and you think, yeah, but then it's like, really?
Yeah, you'd be a good guy.
Those guys are sleeping out in the middle of nowhere.
That's so cool.
People are trying to kill them
every day.
They don't brush their teeth for months or take baths for months. And they lay down with stinky whores.
Sign me up. Sign me up.
I mean, why would you want to live that way?
AJ, good or bad? Just say it. You know what you're gonna.
This is being recorded.
Yeah, 2, 3, 4 mediums too. I mean,
any callers? Anybody would like to chime in on that one? We got to get lively today, boy. We got to come up with something. So
I would
if you had an option back in those days, Little House in the Prairie kind of days.
Yeah.
Would you be the Little House in the Prairie kind of guy, or would you be the
Pale
scumbag?
Rider? Yeah.
With the people chasing you, trying to murder you.
Yeah.
And your teeth look as nasty as your shoes.
Meth mouth.
Meth mouth is right.
Oh, I would
You don't take a bath but once every 6 months.
And that's only because you have to.
Having some your cows, your Brokeback Mountain, your sheeps. I'm just saying.
Oh my God. So now we've insulted everyone.
I'm just saying. Why would you want to live that way?
Hey, just for fun radio, public service announcement does not.
Have you ever seen the TV show Deadwood?
No.
Dude, you want to talk about you need anybody that has any way to get to a TV show. HBO did like 8 years ago. It stopped. Deadwood the TV show is about the last uncivilized town in America, which was Deadwood. Yeah, you go watch Deadwood, dude. They're just shooting people, throwing them over there, and the hogs are eating them.
Really?
The hogs eat everything.
Oh, cool.
The town is ran with a sheriff, and then of course there's a bad guy.
Cool.
But it is the most accurate cowboy type show you could have watched. Movie. It was a series on HBO.
Oh, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna check it out.
It makes John Wayne look like cheese puffs.
Don't do it. Don't.
Yes, it makes Tombstone look like cheese puffs and A Day at Chuck E. Cheese.
I can't.
Deadwood is the most hardcore Western I've ever seen.
I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. John Wayne.
I'm sorry, the Duke doesn't have nothing on Deadwood.
He is the man.
Like some people thought Sopranos was the bomb. Well, let me tell you, Deadwood, the TV show Deadwood, was insane.
Yeah, we lived Sopranos. I mean, that wasn't nothing to us.
Well, I'm telling you, if you want to, that's why I say I've watched those movies, that show, and I'm like, there's no way.
Well, that's cool. I'm going to check it out. I mean,
I'm watching these guys have to get up from a bed. They pee in a bucket. Yeah, then they lean over to wash their face in some water that's been on another bowl for God knows how long. And it shows these people, you got this town that has no concrete, right? Doesn't exist. It's all mud. Everywhere you walked, you was nasty feet.
Cool.
If you were walking past the saloon and it just happened to have the whorehouse upstairs, the guy that just peed in the bucket would just open the window and just throw piss right out the window. Well, what if you were walking by?
throw out your dead.
I mean, it was just so accurate. It was just crazy because that's how they lived back then. Why would anybody want to live back then? And you and your damn cell phone, what would you do?
Let me ask you a question. How do you get to pick when you live?
My point is, you're saying if you were back then, which would you be? Well, I wouldn't want to be back then.
So your mom gives birth to you and you go, and crawl back. Or,
you're discussing if you live back then, would you want to be the good guy or bad guy? Yeah. I'm just saying I wouldn't want to be back then.
Okay, well, you can't just take the rug out.
But you're doing a whatever. I'm giving you your whatever.
I know, but you can't answer a whatever with whatever.
If my choices were this,
good or bad.
If my choices were bad, like Tombstone bad, or good, like Little House on the Prairie, I'm going for the Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah. AJ,
life was hard enough. Why would I want to live that crazy? Life was hard enough back then.
I know.
Get killed sitting on the poop box out in the backyard. God, dude.
Box.
The outhouse. That's the nastiest thing in the world. Have you ever sat in an outhouse?
Yes, I have.
I mean a real outhouse.
Oh, yeah. But we didn't call it a poop box.
Well, I was being graphic about it, though. I've sat in one as a joke. I sat in one as a joke just to take pictures. And the whole time I'm sitting in this outhouse, it's like 100 years old outside of Helen. And the whole time I'm thinking, if I get bit on the butt by a spider, this is going to be horrible because I'm doing this as a joke. So like I've got my underwear and my pants all pulled down to my ankles. The door's open. They're taking a picture. It's a joke. And I'm thinking, if I get bit on the butt by a black widow as a joke, sitting in this outhouse, I'm going to die. Literally, I'm going to die on the crapper.
God.
Why would anybody want to live back then?
Oh, I got to tell you, I mean, I've said,
I know if you didn't have a choice.
Yeah, I would. I'm just saying, I would have to be a bad guy. I would.
My ass would be like Grizzly Adams. I'm up here. Don't bother me.
Oh, yeah.
Stay away from me.
No,
don't come around my cabin.
That's not the way it's going to happen, man. I'm going to come over there. I'm going to shoot you and steal all your food.
See, and that's the point.
I am. I'm going to go get a cowboy hat right after the show.
You know, that's like The Walking Dead. We talk about how that is on The Walking Dead every day that The Walking Dead comes on.
It was on last night.
That's right. We're yelling at the TV because it's like, come on.
Yeah, I love it.
You have a samurai sword.
Get some.
You can kill 10 of these in a matter of a second. All you got to do is just start swinging it.
I know. Why doesn't that whole feel? Why don't
last
you just go cut loose on everybody?
They show the part of where the door opens to the church.
I haven't seen it.
I'm talking about it's
the
recap of what happened last season.
Spoiler alert.
So all I'm telling you is what happened at the end of last season. So they show that the lady with the sword, the boy with the baby, they're in the church. The zombies come in. There's only like 10 zombies that are trying to come through the door, one at a time.
Whack them.
You have a katana. Start slinging it.
Whack
you're
'em.
Taking their heads off, and if you don't take their heads off, you're taking off their shoulders. You just start swinging it, little boy. Take the baby and go over there because mama's fixing to get nuts with a sword.
Whack
and they're
'em.
walking in like slow as hay.
Yeah.
And then there's one, then there's another, then there's another.
Oh, yeah.
I would swing it, reach for a Gatorade when I'm done.
Get some.
I'm just saying.
I like it.
She hits 2 and then goes, oh my God, I got to run. They're coming.
Oh,
The hell with that. Start swinging.
I'd look like a Jedi Knight geeked up on Mountain Dew out there, man.
We know.
I would freaking be wearing them out.
So that's what I'm saying. We see this in the movies all the time where people are wanting to rob each other. I'm telling you, I'm going to go lock myself somewhere. Don't come mess with me. Leave me alone.
I'm a bad guy.
I see that.
I'm gonna be a bad guy.
The good thing is, by the looks of you, I'll be able to outrun you.
Yeah, but you'll admit.
By the looks of you, have you seen Identity Thief? Because if you've seen the movie Identity Thief, where she takes off to run from him and she only gets like 200 feet, she's breathing hard, and he comes walking up. She goes, "What are you, a gazelle?" That's what I see. I'm gonna outrun you. You better have lots of ammunition to shoot at me.
I'm hurt.
Good luck.
I'm hurt. I'm hurt. I'm sensitive.
I thought you was a bad guy.
I'm sensitive. Yeah, but bad guys have feelings too.
Oh my God,
that was good.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't want to live back then, much less would I want to try to be a bad guy.
Let me tell you something. If you're going to run from me, you're going to die tired. Huh?
How are we gonna run? How are we gonna die tired?
All you snipers out there, you know the deal.
Well, that's because you believe you're gonna have all them weapons.
Snipers love the rain,
and you believe all that. You believe that
conceals our movements.
Oh my God, you have fallen and bumped your head.
That just happened. Shake and bake.
Really? You know what? You would be the guy that would get finished eating in his little crappy cabin.
Oh, why you got to bring up eating? See,
eating some food.
Keep with the
You're
fat
gonna be
jokes.
like running out the back door. Hi, hold on a minute. Y'all, you my gang, right? You're gonna be yelling at your gang. Y'all don't take my money. I'm gonna be right back. You're gonna be in there in the crap or like trying to get your pants down, your long johns down.
I don't wear long johns.
You're trying. Well, back then you would have been because
No,
that's what they wore was long underwear.
I would be the no underwear outlaw. I've given this some thought.
You've given it some thought. You're going to be the guy that will have a heart attack trying to get on the crapper or off the crapper, or you're going to be on there going, and your guys are going to load up all the money and leave you.
Wow. I don't want to be a bad guy no more. Okay, so let's say you're born in the future.
Okay, so if you were born in the pirate days, would you go be a pirate?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
There's a TV show called Black Sail. You should watch that.
Yeah, you know I saw that. But oh man,
that's pretty accurate.
Check this out. Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be a Disney pirate.
Oh yes.
Woohoo!
I'm okay with that. Oh, I could definitely be with Barbosa and Captain Jack. Oh yeah. And whatever that girl's name is that's in that.
I want to be a Disney pirate. It's a small world after all.
It's a small world. If I got to choose my my counterpart in a pirate movie, it'd be Jennifer Aniston.
Listen, just because she was hot in Meet the Millers,
she's hot in everything.
I know that, but you're visualizing the character from Meet the Millers. No. That wouldn't be the same character in a pirate movie.
It's my movie. Yes, it would.
you're like, it's my movie. I'll write it however I want.
It's my movie, and Jennifer has to do what I say.
Yeah, we used to think so different of Jennifer Aniston until Horrible Bosses came out, and me and my wife sitting there watching Horrible Bosses, and I looked over, and at the time Jennifer standing there in like the black. The leggings and the white robe, and that's it. And it was open in the middle. I looked at my wife. I said, "Now that's a Friends episode."
Oh man,
because she didn't look like that on TV.
How about when she's wearing the thunder thing? I can't even talk. So, is there any news on Taylor Swift?
You're such an old perv.
Yeah, she's hot. So, what's going on local?
So, what made you think about the cowboy stuff, by the way?
You said Brokeback Mountain. Look, something shiny. A squirrel.
I bring up Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah.
And you're trying to decide between a good guy and a bad guy.
Here's
an analogy that's really going to get you. So, you want to be the bad guy.
Yes.
So I see you as that guy in the Brokeback Mountain movie is, come here, boy. You look pretty good in them jeans.
Was that Brokeback Mountain or was that Bruce or not Bruce but Brucey? Was that Burt Reynolds? Deliverance.
Actually, you go back to where Eddie Murphy on Raw was playing Mr. T.
Yeah, you got a pretty mouth, boy. Do you know how Mr. T got his start?
Let's hear it.
There used to be a competition that would travel around to the big cities, and it was the best bouncer competition.
Right.
And he won here in Atlanta. And the way he won is you got to run through tables. You got to beat people up. Unfortunately, I used to do this for a living. And you got to do all this stuff. And then you're supposed to run behind the bar and ring a bell. And how Mr. T won was he did all the stuff, but instead of going around the bar, he dove over it and hit the bell. And his time was better than everybody else. And that's how he got to start. So everybody looking at me like this.
He was a security guard at one time too, so I didn't know. So maybe that's why I thought he was security, because it was the whole bouncer thing.
Yeah. Can you imagine him and Gary Coleman? Come here, you little midget. I'm going to stick my tongue down your throat.
You're just out there today.
Yeah, pretty much. It works for me. I'm happy. We'll talk about it later. Eject.
I'm looking at him as he's giving me hand signals.
I want you to steal third.
So this is what is his name? Tommy Lasorda would have looked like with a goatee. I don't know.
Oh my God. You got to bring up another fat white guy. That is so wrong.
You left out old.
Damn, what a freaking house on the prairie. God. AJ, stop laughing. It's not funny. Stop.
I don't mean to pick on you. I mean,
Yes, you do.
Truthfully, I'm not trying to make comments about your nationality or anything.
You called me fat.
But
I don't
didn't
come
call
from
you a fat Jew. I mean, I just called you fat.
That's an overweight donut. Overweight bagel. Wow, you call me a fat Jew.
No, I didn't. I said I didn't call you.
Shabbat shalom.
Yeah, you
that's
slipped it
really
along
good.
somewhere else.
Yeah. God, dog, man. Jeez. Fat is not a
I
nationality.
wasn't even calling you fat to begin with. How did all this get twisted?
I'm not like the mayor of Fatterton, you know.
I didn't call you fat anyways. I was only comparing you to Tommy Lasorda.
Yeah, my phone number is pound. Well,
I just love how people twist things and they make it sound like they want it to.
AJ, did he not call me fat?
I called you Tommy Lasorda,
And Tommy Lasorda's fat.
but I didn't call you fat.
And then you said, oh, old and fat.
Well, no, once you brought up the fat, I labeled it old.
No, you call me fat.
I said Tommy Lasorda.
I don't come from a country like Fatnese, or we don't speak Fatnese. Double cheeseburger. We put bacon on everything. That's great. And,
Did you see the bacon roses?
Oh, it's another fat joke.
No, my wife was showing me last night. It's a bacon rose.
Yeah, hey, look, there's
And I
Military Mike, a big fat bacon rose.
I said, who sits around and tries to figure out another thing to do with bacon?
Well, I do.
So apparently, though, they take a strip of bacon as it's raw and they roll it up.
So it looks like a bacon.
And then the way that they let it overlap, it makes the inside look like a rose. And then they lay it on the pan and cook it. And then they're taking it and sticking it on this little green twig, like a shish kebab skewer, but it's green. And they're trying to make it look like a rose. So it's bacon roses.
Sounds like a bacon lollipop to me. And I'm all about the bacon.
God.
Don't get me going.
I see that.
About the bacon.
We go from being way too
bacon.
quiet to totally
That's right.
insane about the bacon.
All
right, look, I'm gonna play Coach's Corner with Brad. Give me a second. I'll play that, and then we'll go to a commercial.
Yep.
Good morning, Just for Funners. Here we are again on a Monday, doing the grind, boy, getting back at it, towing the rope. That's what I'm talking about. Good morning, y'all. This is your Coach's Corner this Monday with Brad Johnson. I hope you guys had a great weekend. We're going to get right to it. College basketball over the weekend, as weak and crappy as a season Georgia Tech is having. Scotty. They did get a win over Wake Forest, 73-59. That gives them their second win in the ACC. They're a scrappy team. They've only been losing by a few points, but needless to say, they are still coming up short. But again, a win over Wake Forest right there, maybe that'll get them going. That gives Georgia Tech now a 3-18 record. Oh, good gracious. Let's see here. No, I take that back. That is incorrect. Virginia Tech has a 3-18 record, and that's who Georgia Tech will be playing tonight at 9. Virginia Tech is in last place in the ACC, down in God's country, a little about half hour from Atlanta to the east side. Georgia played Tennessee over the weekend, and the Dogs get a 56-53 win over Tennessee in Athens, and that gives dang good dog Coach Mark Fox his 100th win as the head coach of the University of Georgia. Georgia is back on the hardwood again on the 11th, and that's going to be at Texas A&M. Texas A&M, not a bad team, coming into that game with a 16-6 record, and the Dogs at 15-7. That game will be starting at 7 p.m. Also in college basketball, sad news to report that the former University of North Carolina Tar Heels coach, Dean Smith, passed away at 83 years old. Dean Smith did good things on the court and even better better things off the court. In the NBA, had quite a few games yesterday. Winners were OKC over the Clippers. You had Cleveland over the Lakers. Indiana rather, over Charlotte. Minnesota over Detroit. Chicago over Orlando. Portland was a winner over Houston. Toronto took out the Spurs, and Sacramento beat Phoenix. 8:00 game yesterday. The Atlanta Hawks took on the Memphis Grizzlies in Tennessee, and that came out not on the good side for the Hawks. It was an 88-94 loss to Memphis. Jeff Teague did put up 22 points, did have a little tweak of his ankle there late in the game. And unfortunately, Al Horford and Paul Millsap did not shoot well last night. They were 4 for 21 combined, and the Hawks were minus 18 in the rebounding category. But the Hawks are back at it tonight in Minnesota versus the Timberwolves. That game will tip off at 8. In a different sport, anybody that likes a little bit of golf, and I do on occasion, Jason Day in a playoff wins at Torrey Pines on Sunday, guys. So it's a rainy day here in Covington Conyers, so you guys be careful out there if you're on the road. And this has been your Coach's Corner this Monday with Brad Johnson. And you guys always do it just for fun. See ya.
All right.
All right. And he took that opportunity to do the little jab about the Georgia Tech. I truthfully don't keep up with sports, but everything that Brad does always ends with "Go Dogs," hashtag Go Dogs. So I'll send back like hashtag Go Georgia Tech or hashtag anybody but the Dogs. So then he was on this kick about the Hawks, and it said hashtag the Hawks, and I went back with like hashtag Magic. Or hashtag Celtics. I could care less, but boy, you see him type back. It was just so hilarious. It's like picking on people at NASCAR. Who's the fastest guy that can go in circles? Yeah. Any drunk guy at a party, apparently. I mean, you know.
You know what? If I had anything to do with NASCAR, I would make a track that only had right-hand turns.
Could you imagine?
I could just go the other way.
Or make them run on like a track that like the Indy cars or what have you. You know what I'm saying?
How's that go?
Like, you know, just saying lefts and rights is all I was trying to say.
I'll tell you what, folks, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, now is the time.
Yes, if you've not found a reason to laugh at us yet.
Yeah.
It's pretty chaotic in here today.
Look,
did you see the spider identification chart?
I don't like spiders.
Well, that would be what I would fear that would bite me on my butt.
I don't like spiders. They creep me out.
On this somewhere should say hangs out in public bathrooms.
Mm-hmm. They all do. There. Now, see, that's cool.
That?
Freaking minions are awesome.
Oh, yeah.
See, and who do the minions hang out with?
So what's everybody's plans for the day? So you're not doing your speech tonight?
I don't think so.
Because you got up too early?
I did get up too early.
Oh, come on. You're a mom.
Go take a nap. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go upstairs and probably take a nap.
Wow.
At about 2:00. I'm going to go do my errands and then come back, fall asleep watching like CSI or something.
I'm going to call my brother, see what he's up to. We're supposed to go for a ride in the Porsche, but it's wet, so we probably won't go today.
Listen, can I explain something to you?
Sure.
Just because that little red car outside the grocery store takes quarters, just because you still fit in it doesn't technically mean you're going for a ride in the Porsche.
That's just not true. It's my life, and that's a Porsche. And for 50,
he's sitting in the car with his brother, and he's going, blow my hair so it can look like we're speeding while I do a selfie.
That is not what we do.
And then he notices that the girl in the grocery store doing the checkout is in every picture.
That is not what we do. What I do is when he's driving, I make the sounds, and vice versa.
We got one of our guys that wants to go and attempt to get his pilot license at Chuck E. Cheese.
There you go.
While climbing in and out of that little,
I've got
helicopter that goes up and down.
I've got an instructor pilot.
Strange as that is.
I have an instructor pilot that will help out.
So are you going to go and make him do the test?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't still have my license, but a friend of mine owns Blue Helicopters.
See, I was hoping that you could pull some strings and let's go for a helicopter ride.
Oh, yeah, we can. We can. And I'll be flying, so. Yeah.
I've never been in one.
Oh, you've never been in a helicopter? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, we can go. We can go. It's fun.
Before I hurt my back, I used to rappel, and I would jump off of anything.
Mm-hmm. I've heard that.
We've got insane pictures and videos of me working at chemical plants and doing it Aussie style off of big chemical towers,
Australian
water towers, cliffs. I have actually, what used to be Planet Hollywood, I don't know what it is now, but I actually had to change out the blinking lights on the front of the building. It was supposed to be the strobes. They were supposed to be like the twinkling stars. Yeah, we were out there on the middle of Peachtree Street, and I was running down the wall, and I would swing out and do a 360 in the air, and it would actually swing us out over the street.
Cool.
And then back to the wall. And the people at Hard Rock Cafe, there's an office above there, so people were coming to the window with their cameras because legally I was allowed to do this because I was technically working, but I really wasn't supposed to be doing daredevil type stuff off of the building.
Yeah.
But I was a repair guy who was physically repairing the lights. I just played a little bit too.
Yeah.
So, and then the big radio towers, we were going out changing the blinking lights on those all the time. Over near Tattletales, there's a big billboard sign, and you don't realize it when you're on the expressway. I mean, if you think about it, you're on a bridge when you're going over that area, and you don't realize when you look to your right, that sign's actually 200 feet off the ground. You just, you're just looking to your right. We were jumping off of that. Like, oh, I forgot my screwdriver. Let me go get that. And we would just jump off the sign. And we're technically, you were supposed to use the ladder, but it was so much faster to just jump.
Oh, yeah.
While being hooked to a zip line,
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love that stuff. You ever done anything like that? Any rappelling or zip lining?
No, not on purpose.
Not on purpose. It's like the guy says, I'm not jumping out of a perfectly good airplane.
Well, I want to go zip lining. I really do. But, oh boy, this is just fuel for the fire right here. The weight limit on most of those places is 250.
Right.
And I'm right over that.
And see, we used to take our black zip line over at my dad's house, and we would because my dad did tree work too. So we'd take a big pulley and put it up in the top of the tree, tie the rope to one end, run it through the pulley and hook it to his truck, and then pull the truck forward.
Cool.
And tighten the rope up.
Yeah.
And we would just get 30 feet in the top of a tree and go zip between his yard and his neighbor's yard. The problem was stopping. We kept getting to the tree, and we'd be going so fast. You put your feet up thinking you're going to stop, and it's like, I don't know about all that.
Well, you're going to stop.
So we ended up letting some slack in it so that you'd slow down at the bottom, but then it wasn't going fast enough. So then we tightened it back up, got another zip line, and tied it to a D-ring, hooked it on the back of us, and shortened it so it would snatch you before you got. Let me tell you something. Your neck and shoulder will be hurting by the end of the day because you're going, and all of a sudden it's like... Yeah, we used to do stupid stuff. The 20s, man. I barely made it through my 20s.
Well, as long as I spent in the military, we were always doing something stupid like that. But zip lining would be cool. Now, here's another one. Have you seen the one with the big fan? And I don't know what it's called, but you have on a skydive.
Well, it's where they supposedly teach you how to do the balancing stuff for skydiving.
Well, yeah, but you can do it just
right.
It's
now you can actually just go pay.
Do you know what it's called?
Yeah, I don't know the name of it.
Okay,
but it's where you lay on top of the
and the fan and you blow around and all that. That would be cool. I mean, I've jumped out of planes.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, I've jumped out of planes. That's awesome.
I've jumped out of stuff, but hooked to a rope. I've never just jumped. Like when we first started rappelling, the only thing we had to rappel on were the power lines.
Yeah.
So we would go dirt bike riding with our backpack with our gear, and then climb the tower and rappel. So anybody that was going down 75, going towards Jodico Road, like leaving McDonough, going into Stockbridge, they literally could look to the right, and we would be jumping out of the metal power lines. And yeah, it was freaky.
Not to mention, I just like to say that word.
What?
Jodico.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
What was cool, though, was all the static electricity. This one girl I dated, she hated the whole rappelling stuff. So she would sit on the back of the truck and do her fingernails. Well, yeah. So about halfway up, if you weren't climbing with your leather gloves on, every time that you were touching the metal, you would feel it tingling in your arms, so much static electricity. So one day, I didn't have my gloves on. I made sure I got a good static charge. I go down there, and I get my finger, and I go to touch her nose to be funny, because I knew it was going to be a little bit of a spark. Well, about 8 inches from her nose, my finger was, and I was going, nah, and I started to say something, and I was being funny, and a big blue right off the end of my finger to her nose. That was kind of funny.
Cool.
Let's just say I didn't get none.
We
For a long time.
Yeah.
She was pissed.
She was charged up.
Yeah.
She was electrified.
And then I messed up her fingernails too, because she's like,
no way.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Mess a chick up doing her fingernails.
Yeah.
Especially she was that kind of girl that didn't want to get muddy.
Really?
We're all out there covered in mud,
That doesn't make any sense.
jumping off of stupid stuff. What do you say? We were bored, man.
I know.
At least we wasn't out like graffiti and stuff.
Oh, did y'all hear about that? That's crazy, man. They caught the big guy
I don't
down in
know what
Atlanta.
we're even talking about.
No, in Atlanta, there's one guy. There's
squirrel.
Yeah. Well, no, in Atlanta, they caught a guy he's a big name in the graffiti world.
Okay, so to say this
Vomit,
correctly,
yeah.
we used to have a big graffiti guy that was terrorizing the neighborhood, and somebody finally caught him.
Well, no, he wasn't terrorizing. It's in Atlanta. The name was Vomit, and yeah, VOMIT.
There's vomit all over Atlanta. How do we know he was the right one?
That's the whole thing. And they were like, "Yeah, that's a big
He
deal."
looks like
And
the
they were-
vomit, but there wasn't enough carrots.
See, that's the thing. We didn't know what he looked like. All we knew is that he spelled vomit on everything. So yeah, they caught him. Of course, that's going to be a federal offense.
Yeah, depending on some of the stuff he tagged.
Yeah. So that's unfortunate. I bought a new drone yesterday.
Oh, did you know?
I did. I bought a new drone, and once I have it, I'll bring it in.
Okay.
All right. I got the little one I was going to bring in. I have a drone that I built that's about that big. Yeah, it's really cool. And I like that stuff. I like solar power, wind power, all that other stuff. Because one day I'm going to live on an island outside of Brazil. I've been looking at this one island. I'm thinking about buying it. Pretty cool. I have solar power, wind power, no cellular. Of course, going to have internet. Got to have internet, Jesus. Internet before long will be controlling every part of our lives. See this little camera right there? I have downloaded an app to my phone, and I can be anywhere in the world that there's internet and control that camera. Isn't that cool?
That is cool.
That is cool. I know what you're thinking right now. I do. Conquistador.
And what's really cool is if I get that Manicam that I paid for to work correctly, we've got it fixed where you can pick up your phone and it would actually show on this YouTube feed that we do with the show. And then the first thought I had was, oh my God, he's going to try to carry the phone into the bathroom.
Oh, yeah, it's going in the bathroom.
See?
I already bought the
I'll be
waterproof
like
case.
fading to the next camera when he steps
Well, that's
up.
why I said I'm thinking about buying a GoPro.
So you wear it on your head?
Yeah, that'd be cute in the tub.
Oh my God.
Everybody good with that? I don't hear any complaints.
Hey, it's Military Mike advertising use Sesame Street bubble bath. See what it does for me.
How did you know that I have Sesame Street?
I just assumed it.
I got a big old bottle of it. You know what really pissed me off about Sesame Street? Never do they tell you how to get there. They always bring it up, but they never tell you how to get there. And do you know what the CTN is on the sign, Sesame Street? You remember up at the very top? It's a CTN. Anybody know? Anyone?
No.
Anyone? Children's Television Network. Thank you very much. Thank you. Please tip your waitresses and bartenders.
And do you know that Morgan Freeman got one of his starts? I'm not going to say all his starts, but one of his starts from a TV show that used to be called The Electric Company. It was like Sesame Street.
Yeah. I used to watch The Electric Company. I did. And I used to watch after school specials. Y'all remember those?
Yeah,
I might be
choice back then. That was all that was really on.
Yeah. Well, we only had a couple channels in Atlanta. We had Channel 2, Channel 5, Channel 11, Channel 17, 36, 46.
And 69 you couldn't get.
69 couldn't get.
It was just horrible.
Yeah. You get 61, but 69 was 8 more.
Yeah. And I remember when HBO first came out, it was Channel 6.
Oh, my
it was on the flip dial.
HBO was awesome when it first came out because it would just be a screen and it would be flashing. It was like typed out, monochrome and all that other stuff. And it would tell you when the movie was going to play. Like Harry Met Sally. They played that movie for like
I remember when I came home from 3rd grade and Kiss Alive 2 was being played on HBO.
Oh, wow. You were in 3rd grade and you were digging Kiss?
That was like 1976. Yeah, dude.
Were you smoking pot?
No.
Just be honest.
My dad was a cop.
So,
that doesn't mean he was bringing home the good stuff.
That just meant your baggie said evidence on it.
No, my house was pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Mom worked, dad worked.
Yeah, good time smoke pot.
No dope.
Did you smoke weed?
The uncle was the heroin dealer and the cocaine dealer, and my dad was the cop. So it was really funny. I grew up with the best of both worlds.
Yeah. Well, my
You know.
ex-wife and boys and all that still have, but I had a police dog named Kilo, a Belgian Malinois, and that poor dog
Gonna
went.
name the dog Kilo.
That poor dog went crazy every night when I came home. You know, and I'm like, what? Leave me alone. You smoked weed, didn't you? When you
No, believe it or not, I've never smoked weed.
really?
Never.
Oh wow,
I'm effed up enough.
yeah. I am.
I mean, all my friends. Look, me and my daughter. I tell my daughter this all the time because when she was the high school stuff, I would try to explain to her, peer pressure and blah blah blah. I said, honey, let me explain something about the blood that we have. She says, what? And I said, people pay good money just to feel like we feel natural.
Oh yeah.
And she's like, what? I'm like, this crazy energy that you and I have is what these people spend thousands of dollars to feel, and we just have it. So, you have no reason to do drugs. Let all these idiots try to catch us.
That's what I tell people all the time. They say, do you do drugs? And I go, well, I mean, I got a lot of prescriptions, but for the most part, can you imagine if I did hardcore drugs? Shut up, AJ.
Say a word.
I could just see you on some hallucinogenics. That would be kind of scary.
Shoot. I'm on hallucin all day.
You ever had it?
You don't have to know how to say it to take them.
Apparently, because you keep saying conquistador and you have no idea.
Let me tell you something. Conquistador is probably the coolest title you could ever give somebody. Seriously.
And what would it be?
I mean, Obama has ruined the word president, right? So I'm like, yeah, I went there. I took it there.
Oh my God.
I took it there. So I don't want to.
So did he ruin the word Muslim too?
Well, he's not Muslim.
I know it's a joke.
No, I have a lot of Muslim friends. So yeah, I don't.
What I find funny is real Muslims,
as opposed to fake ones.
The real traditional Muslims are the ones that say all these idiots that are trying to kill people are idiots. Like they're saying that's not what our book says.
Yeah. Well, it does. But it's just like a Christian. Christians don't follow the letter of the Bible.
But I've heard these guys say it doesn't tell us to go out and strap bombs on ourselves to kill hundreds of innocent people.
It does say to kill anybody who's not a Muslim.
No crap.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow. Yeah, I've got a copy of the Quran in English.
That is insane.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. But hey, look,
kill anybody that's not your kind.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's got to be the religion I want.
Yeah. That's.
I mean, we might as well just go ahead and shave our head, put a bunch of Nazi tattoos on us, and think we're it.
Well, the thing is it's not even murder. It's not considered murder to kill someone who is not of that faith.
What is it considered?
It's your duty. It's what you're supposed to do.
What in the hell is wrong with people?
Well, the man wrote the book. So
yeah, some idiot wrote the book. Hitler tried to paint too. That doesn't mean it was good paintings.
He said some idiot just called Mohammed
an idiot.
Oh my God,
he is an idiot.
Okay, you guys in Benghazi, you have a clear to go.
Who in their effing mind? Look, I read Playboy, but it didn't tell me to go out and put a bunch of hot chicks in a house and try to live that well. I did, but that didn't mean I was any good at it. No,
yeah, only really, 2 episodes.
Who really reads that and says, that's what I must do?
About 1 billion people.
Idiots. A billion idiots.
1 billion plus, actually. So Muslim religion, currently the Nation of Islam, is the largest religion in the world. It passed Catholicism about.
So then why are all the ones that live here saying we're not going to follow that? Because that's insane.
Well, the way it's referred to is they call it a practicing Muslim, and what you were saying, a more, traditional Muslim. But the thing about it is any group has that violent faction if it has roots, hey, look, Christians, let's be honest. When they were moving, when the Israelites were moving and they came up on Jericho, God told him to march around for 7 days until the walls fell and to kill everything that lived within those walls. So you see what I'm saying is, I think we play off of that.
Yeah, but here's my thing.
Ooh, we got
How long ago did this idiot write this book?
Well, he makes reference to Jesus at one point as being a prophet. So I'm not exactly I can look, but I'm not exactly 100% sure, but it's going to be roughly, 2,000 years ago, because he does make reference to Jesus.
But my whole point is, if we were
religious,
if we were stupid back then and believed that we had to kill our enemies,
well, think about it.
Back then we might have thought they were our enemies.
Yeah, makes sense.
But anybody with any sense now must understand. I mean, at some point, people realize not to stick their tongue in a friggin' toaster.
What? How do you get the Pop-Tarts out?
At some point, somebody realized eating broken beer bottles could not be smart.
I thought that was recycling.
At some point, somebody said having sex with sheep was just wrong.
Kids never need sweaters.
Ugh.
Not bad.
What is wrong with people?
Who knows, man?
I mean, they tell you now not to swim in none of that crap in Las Vegas. I mean, in New York, the channels, because they figured out that it's nasty.
Oh, they're disgusting. Oh, yeah. Yeah, go get in a boat and go over to Ellis Island. And once you're crossing that little part right there, oh, my God, there is crap floating in that water that I'm not even
at some point, somebody's got to say the idiot that wrote the book was horrible.
Wow, I'm serious. This is stuff that has caused, what you just said has caused riots in other countries.
I don't care.
Okay.
That is insane.
I'm leaving.
That anybody that thinks they have anybody that thinks they have the right to tell somebody go kill somebody, you're an idiot. If you follow those instructions, you're an idiot.
Wow, you just called me an idiot. I was in the Army forever.
That's a war.
Yeah.
It's a little different when war is involved.
Yeah.
But now,
is it murder?
If I just read a text message that says get up and stab Mike in the eye with a pen,
go for it.
That's stupid.
Go for it.
It is. What an idiot.
I'm gonna hurt you.
And to believe you're going to get 25 virgins,
72,
whatever,
25.
Don't
cut me short on my virgins.
I couldn't deal with the 2 teenagers that lived in my own damn house.
What if
you think I'd want 75 of them?
What if they're guy virgins? I'd be like, oh no.
What the hell? It just sounds like the most ridiculous religion in the world.
Oh no, not at all.
Besides Kwanzaa.
Yeah. That's Kwanzaa's
no,
not a religion.
I know Kwanzaa's not, but that Kwanzaa holiday is stupid. It's made up. Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa. Yeah.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Can I leave? Do we have a back door?
The guy that invented Kwanzaa must work for Hallmark when they invented Valentine's Day.
Remember what I said about that? I mean, for the longest, like for first grade through sixth grade, you do the little card swap. And man, I mean, I'd read those cards and I would just fall in love,
With what? Hallmark?
Well, yeah, because I thought that meant what the person meant. So, you get one of those.
I'm thinking he's reading Kwanzaa cards. And I'm falling in love with them.
No, man, Valentine's Day cards. I'd open that thing up and it says, "You're my true love," and all that other stuff. And I'd be like, I didn't know that was just the card, the way they wrote the
from
card.
Walmart.
Yeah.
Well, back then, Woolsworth.
Sears and Roebuck. I got my feelings hurt a lot because I thought for sure it had my name in it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You have a restraining order in elementary school?
Absolutely. It was a teeny weeny.
It was just a restraint order.
So instead of a temporary restraining order, it was a TWRO, teeny weeny restraining order.
Oh my God.
Because I had to go to school. You can't tell me I can't go to school. So all the other restraining orders are for the school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. With all that being said.
So you want to read some local news?
You can. We've got a few minutes left unless we want to call it.
Well, I tell you what, there's some interesting stuff going in. Right here, Memorial Middle School. How close is that? How close is Memorial Middle School to us right now? Can you throw a rock?
Memorial,
you could hit
the end of this road.
Yeah, you could hit the building from here. It's that close. So guess what somebody did? Guess what some kid did? Please hurry up and load. I'm going to act stupid here. Memorial Middle School student accused of bringing a Beretta BB gun, a Beretta BB gun to school. I mean, what? How could you even think that would be a funny joke in this day and age? That is like going to the bank and putting your briefcase down and putting gloves on and looking at the guy next to you going, "This would be a good time for you to leave." I mean, I
don't know how anybody thinks they're going to carry that in there and it's okay.
Yeah. I mean, the middle school now have cops.
Oh, yeah. One of mine is working at that one.
Right
the
high school. Yeah.
The high school.
Yep. Oh, hold on. clicked on something. I don't know. I guess I'm supposed to get some free time.
That's the cool thing is me knowing most of them, so that when they drive by the house, they kind of check on me. Like I'll get text messages sometime, and it's like, there's a car in your driveway, and it doesn't look like the person that's in your driveway belongs at your house.
Yeah, but all you gotta do is tell them that's how you get your drugs delivered.
Oh yeah, because that's what I'm going to tell the
That's
cops.
what I do. That's what I do.
But they'll be like, yeah, there's some truck sitting in your driveway, and there's some dude with his underwear hanging out, and I know that can't possibly be your house. And I'm like, if it was next to the bus, then you need to turn around and go tell them to get out of my driveway.
I have been in your front yard with my pants on. Just want to go ahead and clarify that this has happened, and if any law enforcement is currently listening, those are SpongeBob SquarePants boxers.
Oh my God.
And my doctor said I could wear them. So, yeah.
Yeah, can we just hurry up and get past Monday? Because I'm feeling it today. Like, what has happened today?
That's why you shouldn't eat a lot of fruit. The incident report completed by the school resource officer. See that? A middle school has a cop.
Yes.
Everyone listening.
Every school in this county has a cop in it.
Everyone listening to our show or watching our show on YouTube, I want you to think about something. There is a police officer in a middle school. That's what this country has become. A police officer, a guy carrying pepper spray, a guy carrying a collapsible baton, handcuffs, and a gun is in our middle schools. You want to get me mad? Let's just keep talking about this. How does that happen? How does it get so bad that we have to have cops watching our, how old are middle schoolers? 10, 11, 12?
11 through 13.
Yeah, 11 through 13. Oh, see, it's a woman. She had to be accurate. But
the schools are more violent now.
Oh yeah,
and they're so trying to be PC correct. Like, unfortunately, back in our day, you did something stupid to me, I just punch you in class, and we'd get in trouble, be done with it. Now they don't just fight; they do stupid stuff.
Well, I saw a video the other day where a student sitting there openly on his phone texting during class. So the teacher walks over there after telling him repeatedly times to put it up. He didn't put it up, so the teacher snapped it out of his hand. Right. The kid attacked him.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, he attacked him. And so who's at fault here? I mean,
well, there's a little cartoon drawing that's been going around Facebook for years, and it's a split picture. And the left drawing is portraying 1960s, where the teacher is telling the parents what your kid did wrong. Mm-hmm. The second picture is the parents and the kid leaning in, yelling at the teacher, going, "What do you mean, my kid?" Yeah. I mean, your kid's a piece of crap because you're not parenting them the correct way at home. So you're letting them believe that they can go do what they want to do. I mean, I've heard about the kids over here telling the teachers to shut the F up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And nothing happens to them.
Yeah. Well, they can't do nothing.
Throw their ass out of school is exactly what you can do.
You know what I've noticed, too?
They've got a written, they make the kids read the school pamphlet, brochure, the rules,
brochure,
whatever it is they give you at the beginning of the school. And they say, there's your instructions. If you can't follow them, you can't follow them.
Yeah.
Get the halo out.
AJ, how many you got in school?
Right now, just one.
Just one in school.
One in college.
One in college. Yeah, I got one out of college, one about to go to Southern Polytech, and then I've got my Dino Santino. He's 11, about to be 12. You know what I get when I talk to them about school? All of them. Teachers basically hand stuff out. That's it. They go into class and they say, this is what we're going to be working on today. They hand it out and the kids do it. There's no teaching. There's no teaching anymore. There's no let me show you. There's no instruction going on anymore. What's that, Des? No engagement. No engagement. Good word. So, you've heard me say this before. We pay our entertainers more than we pay our educators.
Oh, yeah.
If somebody comes up with a test like they did, our teachers cheat.
Well, and for instance, look at what happened in Atlanta when they had to fudge some numbers.
And the reason why
instead
they had
of
to
just being
numbers,
correct.
Yeah, but their job was relying on it. So if they didn't have a passing whatever their grade was supposed to be, then they would get terminated.
Yeah, well, the whole school, I understand that, but instead of somebody that runs the school district taking charge and saying, this is unacceptable, we've got to fix it. Not, this is unacceptable, we'll just close it.
Well, yeah, but that's the problem anymore. Nobody stands up and says, well, it's stupid. Well, it's stupid.
Right.
because they're worried about the backlash, or I'm not going to be able to go on the, they always say that about professional, like congressmen, stuff like that. They always say the same thing, that they're always going to go on the talking circuit or the speech circuit when they get out, and that's where all the money is. You know what? I think our government has got to push this down to our states. I hate to get all talk radio on everybody, but
it is talk radio.
Yeah,
we do try to do some of the real stuff.
Yeah, the government, to me, my opinion, government's too big. And what they do is the same thing we used to do in the military, is when something comes up, you can confuse it. You see what I'm saying? You can confuse it so much that it gets so confused that it doesn't happen. And we used to do that all the time. And the government does that. I mean, there could be something really, really important today, but when everybody gets a hold of it and it starts going this way and that way and this way and that way, and then they want to add stuff and take stuff away from it, it's gone.
Well, it's all smoke and mirrors nowadays.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's all smoke and mirrors.
And those folks get paid a lot of money.
Well, it just sucks because you look at all the people that's getting weird payoffs instead of the real stuff that needs to be happening.
Yeah.
And, the whole thing would, you have senators that are making millions.
Yeah.
How are you making millions? Because you're not getting paid millions.
Yeah.
So who's paying you? Who's paying you, and how are you making millions?
Well, I think the public started pulling back and not giving their opinion to their elected officials. So,
well, I think it also got to be with the fact that they didn't listen.
Yeah. Well, you can't.
They smoke and mirror you, and you can't. It was just like corporate radio. You can't get to anybody on the phone.
No way. And like Senator Isaacson is over the VA basically, and they know me by first name. When I call, they're like, "Hey, Mike."
Well, you're also the Unabomber. They're supposed to know you.
Yeah. So that's cool. But you know what it takes to get their attention. And then remember, Dude, Where's My Car? And then that's not an Asian joke. Just chill. Just chill.
Nobody, you're the one that brought it up.
No, she was burning a hole in me, man. And then man, AJ was looking over the top of that computer like,
you're the one that brought it up.
Yeah, well, I know Kung Fu. So yeah, they don't pay attention, man. And when you talk to them, you know what they do? They go, "Let me get your email address. Let me get your phone number." Okay, when they call you, it's a survey,
right?
And when they email you, it's a form that you're going to fill out that you'll never hear anything else about.
Well, yeah, I better off getting the Sports Authority on sale email.
Yeah. So it's so what do we do about it? I'm a big proponent, and because the VA is just getting blasted. But we'll have a movie about a guy, that shoots and kills people, and everybody's all about the veterans again. What people don't understand is we have to process our claims. And we process our claims to the people that have diagnosed us. And you get turned down.
Well, it's kind of like I'd say, when you get a speeding ticket, who do you complain to? Yeah. I mean, people are like, I'm going to fight this in court. I'm like, and who are you going to fight it to? The people that gave you the ticket? They don't care. Just pay the damn ticket. You're going to miss a day of work and still have to pay the ticket.
I wasn't speeding when you caught me.
Yeah, I wasn't speeding then. Okay. All right, look, y'all, we're at 10:26. We're gonna wrap this puppy up for a Monday. If you would plug where your thing is again, and how people can find you, and the results that they can get from this.
Yep, absolutely. Go to Toastmasters.org to find a club near you, or you can come find me at Brunswick's Norcross Toastmasters. That's in Norcross, Georgia, in the bowling center, and you will get out of it what you put into it.
No, good point. Is the bowling center, are they conducive to all this? Will they tell you about it when you walk in the door?
The person at the front desk might not know a whole lot about it, but they'll direct you where we are.
Okay.
In the conference room.
So somebody's there all the time during the day and all, or?
They open at 3. Okay. Our meetings are every Monday night from 6:15 to 7:30, but there's different times and places and everything.
Very cool. Very cool.
I'm going to share this is what I was doing.
Okay, yeah. And I'm going to come check it out. Can I just sit in the back? I don't have to like stand up and go, oh, my name's Mike.
Yes, you can just sit and watch.
That's what I was going to say. Let's go as a spectator one day.
Absolutely.
Check it out.
Check it out. Any club will let you do that.
Okay. Because I know.
As long as it's open to the public. Some clubs, like I said, are closed.
Because
corporation.
I was a member of Gamblers Anonymous. And this guy gave me 2-to-1 odds. I wouldn't make it, so I quit. So.
Are you really going to go there?
Well, I was a member.
I quit.
I was a member of AA. I used to drink by a different name. Bob. I spelled it backwards. Bob. So.
All this just totally messed up. Sorry.
I know. What are you doing? You're sharing Facebook with Facebook.
I copied the link and it just.
You're going to get into some type of loop. You're going to be loopage.
Yeah. I was just sharing.
What else going on, AJ? How about, I mean, you going to write any scripts or you just want to act?
I'm still in the new process trying to figure out what it all means. I just learned what a side was the other day. I didn't even know what that was. I said,
French fries, Brunswick stew,
that's what I was picturing.
macaroni and cheese.
Just their terminology for a script. Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't do well. What were you? Oh, that's the full Toastmaster.org.
Yeah, that's just the only one I could get to share.
I put the Facebook one.
I tried that, and that's what did the Facebook.
Oh,
I'll mess with it again in a minute when we're done.
It's right there on the right. See where it says.
That's the one I clicked on.
It says Brunswick,
and I just go with it. Just
go with it. Okay, so I have a script idea for a television show.
That worries me.
Yeah,
it should. Do you know anybody I can talk to about that?
Perhaps.
She's like kind of hesitant too because you're not telling us.
Well, no, I'm not going to.
I'm
not going to. I do have an idea for a quasi reality show.
I knew you were going to say reality show.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what everybody says now, right? But it's a great idea, and I think it would work, and I think it would, I think people would want to watch it. But I don't know.
And what's it kind of about? You can't even tell.
I'm not going to say, because people will take that idea and run with it.
Oh, dude, I've opened my mouth to people, and people went and used it and said it was their idea.
Yep.
I've had that happen. I understand.
Shoot, when I was in the bowling business, they used to always ask the managers for ideas about bowling leagues, and I had 100. I had freaking 200 ideas, and I would put it in an email, and my district manager would take my signature block off of it and put his and send it up. And then it would be a national program. And I'd go, what about the kudos? And he'd go, for what?
Yeah. I used to get that at Southside Steve.
That just was horrible.
One of the managers would want to shoot all the ideas with me and then go run to the owner. And then the owner come up, man, I got this idea. And I'm like, really? I said, where'd you get that? Oh, well, Steve, blah, blah, blah. And then Brozoda. And I'm like,
yeah. Cool.
So what do you plan on doing with this part of it? And he's like, I don't know. We're going to work on it. I said, but I thought y'all had this idea. And he's like, yeah, but it's just an idea. And I'm like, yeah, well, how about if you do this, this, and this, since I'm the one that told them? He goes, oh, well, they didn't tell me that. I said, of course not. They don't want you to fire them, and they know you're not going to fire the DJ. So, of course, duh.
So I got a great idea. So if you know anybody who does that stuff, handles that stuff, or knows somebody that's dating somebody that's married to somebody by birth, neighbor.
It's not like Alabama dating law. They don't date by birth.
They don't. Actually, they're going to start gay marriages or Supreme Court. Yeah, right. That's crazy. Alabama. Okay. So yeah, let me know, because I would love to see that.
Okay.
It'd be cool. And thank you so very much.
Thank you for having me.
I hope you had fun.
I did.
You'll have to catch her on a non-Monday next time. Monday's just a hard day for everybody.
You have an open invitation. I'm sure DJ Scotty's okay with that.
Yeah. And all you got to do is just text message between everybody.
Yeah, just let us know what's going on. Come see us. Come bring a guitar next time.
We'll have coffee next time.
I'm done with my coffee.
Well, you're drinking cans of
Monster
Smack.
So yeah, you know me, I'm going to plug Freedom Outdoor Adventures.
Yes, I kind of was waiting on that.
Yeah, so text the word veterans to 70,000, and it helps support our cause. We get disabled combat veterans back out in the woods. We take them in tracked wheelchairs, and we take guys with, you know, all the disabilities you could possibly think of, and we go deep sea fishing, and we hunt pigs, and we do everything. And the only way that we can afford
let them hunt cops. That's dirty, dude. That's like horrible.
Did you just call cops pigs?
You're the one talking about being to be good guys and bad guys.
Oh my God. I'm going to bring my ghillie suit so I can just like sneak out into the bushes. You have upset the Muslims.
I haven't pissed off the Asians. That would be you.
Yeah, but geez, come on. They're all like this tall. You know? And
listen, I'm not prejudiced. I'm an equal opportunity hater. I don't just choose one. I will support hating on any of them.
That's right.
I just don't like stupid people. It don't matter.
Excuse
who
me.
you are.
Excuse me. Are you stupid? Yes. Okay. Thank you. Bye.
That's a whole new religion. It's followed by science.
It's a nationality. Where are you from, Cuban?
I was with Travolta and them at Scientology. Decided I didn't like it. I decided to get into stupid.
Yeah, I think they kill if you leave that religion. They kill you, don't they?
Are they trying to tell people to kill you if you're not in that religion?
Yeah. Well, you know, Nation of Islam. There's a spaceship on the other side of the moon. Did you know this?
Really? No.
Yes, I swear, as God is my witness, there is a spaceship. It's called the Mothership, and this is the Nation of Islam, the guys that sell the newspapers.
And this is what they believe.
That's what they believe.
Okay.
When it's that time, you go to the Mothership.
You go to a ship. I thought that only Trekkies believe that.
Nope. I am 100% serious. I'll do a report on
That's
it,
fine.
and in memory of AJ, I'll do a presentation, and I'll
put it on the screen so you can read it.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to boogie out. And anytime you want to come back, you just feel free to come back. And hopefully it won't be a Monday and we'll all be more awake. We're like recouping this morning. But the bad thing is everybody else is too.
I had fun.
I think you would have fun with a barrel of monkeys.
I've done that.
That worries me.
It's illegal in this country.
Oh my God. Scooping. Never mind. All right, everybody. It's just fun in the morning. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for putting up with us in our unusual Monday. I can't even call it.
I like
funny. We were just here today.
I like it. That's what you said. We're sitting on the front porch.
Yeah, it's just easy like Sunday morning. Even though we're all tired like Sunday morning.
Yeah,
all right, everybody. We'll see y'all on the flip side, and hopefully we'll have her back in again and be a little more energetic. I'll get me a monster.
God, that'll be scary.
Oh yeah. All right, everybody. We'll see y'all on the flip side. Thanks for tuning in.
Military Mike's out.
Later, you guys.
So, dude, the YouTube is still going, right?
Yeah, I'm cutting it off. Hang on.
Just let you know.
No, I wouldn't do that on camera. Here, let me hurry up and get this thing turned off.
Yeah.